We discussed Centennial Park lights, the Frederick Avenue extension, the Broadway Boulevard, and then they updated us that they now are doing a pilot project which will include cameras that will go on the power poles up top. You see a little disc up there. It's adaptable, and that's what's going to be going up there. The other thing that they did want to let us know was that the last power outage was not a planned outage. And it was one of these, what happens now is that they're all set up for wildfires. So if anything trips the line and puts it right out, that means they have to walk the whole line and make sure that there's nothing in the way. So no line down or whatever. So it took them an hour, 2 hours, and
about an hour and 20 minutes.
20 minutes to get it back up and running. But that meant that they had to go and physically check and walk or drive the line, make sure that everything was good. But it's set up that way for the wildfires. So that if something triggers that line, it sometimes it can reset itself, but if it doesn't reset itself, then they have to physically walk the line. Yeah. So that was the update on the power outage. And we had two guys here. One was the Fortis rep. The other guy was more the construction end. So he was giving us advice of what we could possibly do for upgrading power.
So just a note on that. Just so everybody's aware, I had the weirdest thing was I was at work. When that happened, I had a phone call. Came up as TELUS on my phone, answered it. I have call control on my phone, so I have to enter a special number to get through. They got through, it was TELUS, I'm under TELUS. Okay. Guy answered the phone, he says, "Is this Richard Bryan?" "Yeah, I can hear you. I'm calling from TELUS. We have reports the power outage is in your area. We're just calling to verify if the power's out." So I don't know, I'm not there. "Okay, thank you." But 2 minutes later, Yvette sent the text saying the power was out in town.
Strange.
So I got a call from somebody pretending to be TELUS.
That's not
because
TELUS.
I called TELUS and I said, "This is what happened." And it sat with me weird. And I called TELUS. The guy's like, "We don't have anybody that does that." And I said, "Okay." So just so everybody's aware of like that, it was just the damnedest thing because it showed up as TELUS. They asked everything else. And I was like, why are they
Mention
doing
your
this?
name with a number.
Yeah, yeah, and but they knew,
But you knew
They
who
want
was.
to know if power was out.
but they knew it was standard.
Yeah.
Because he says we have reports of powers out, and that was like 2 minutes before that sent out that email. So just be wary, you know.
But why would you contact TELUS if the power was out?
Well, that was it. So I'm like, why are they contacting me from TELUS to ask me if my power's out?
Yeah, scam. They want to know if the power's out.
It's information that they're out there, so give them nothing.
But I'm like, how would they know standard? The power's out, this, and this, because they had everything, and I'm like, it sat me weird for hours, and I was like, yeah. So just if any, if you're talking about, let them know that they are very switched on with that aspect. Because had it been an older person, I would have been like, "Oh, I'm not there. Come and check. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes, my first animal's name was whatever. Because it sounded really odd. So sorry, I just had to.
No, that's okay. That's it. That's everything. So
That's all 3 reports.
yeah, well, everything else was in the package.
Okay.
So
Somebody want to move to adopt the reports?
I'll adopt.
All in favor? Carried. Minutes from April 8th.
It looks fine to me.
Yeah.
I'll move them.
All in favor? Carried. 5/2, April 28th. Minutes.
special meeting.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to adopt.
All in favor? Carried. Community standard bylaw 3. Is that third?
Just because of a lot of activity.
Should be an R, not an N there. Third, not friend.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we have not had really enough time to focus on the bylaws. So we will be looking to table
6.1, 6.2, and
6.3. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want?
Actually, can I make a point on?
Yes.
6.1 though, when you go back to them? I did look them over a little bit again for the standards, community standards bylaw. Looking at the penalties for 3.8 and 7.0, penalties for graffiti vandalism and penalties for fire, they seem really low.
Oh, okay. Well, we can definitely look at that. So let's,
Yeah, just make a note
yeah.
of it.
And the other thing we'd like to bring to council's attention is again, the peace officers think we should have a quiet time listed, and or we use the nighttime reference, which is 11 to 7. That's what's in our bylaw as nighttime. Or actually here, nighttime means the period beginning at 11 p.m. and ending the following day at 7 a.m. So if we wanted to make an hour, maybe we could start beginning at 10 and 8. That's quiet time. That's nighttime. So there's no noise in that time. If you're making noise, your dog's barking, expect a call.
That's considered, disturbing the peace and so on and so
Yeah.
forth in regards.
I-
Calgary does the same thing, just so that everybody's aware.
But we had 11 to 7, or we could keep it
Yeah.
11 to 7.
I think you leave it 11 to 7.
I would kind of agree with 11 to 7 because all documentation is already stated 11 to 7.
Okay.
So leave it as the status quo.
Okay.
Generally, public's pretty good. They're not gonna be mowing their lawns at 10:45 at night.
No.
It'll just be, noise.
Does it depend who your neighbor is?
Yeah.
Well, that's true, yes.
Yeah.
So
You met my neighbor?
Have you met mine?
we will use this time that in a noise complaint, that if you are making noise in the nighttime time frame, expect a call or expect to be fined or whatever. Okay, so you would like us to review the fines? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And at least for the 3.8 graffiti and vandalism and 7.0 for fire.
Yeah.
What's the fine for?
And just so council is aware, we did have where somebody was stunting here a couple weeks ago. We got a video. We had 2 identified persons that could identify that specific truck. Okay, not maybe the driver, but the truck.
3, my wife can also identify.
Oh,
the same
well,
individual,
It
just so
won't do any good because we reported it to the RCMP. They came back, I gave them the information, I gave them the video, I gave them the 2 people for contact. Yep, we'll give you in touch with them. They never contacted either one of them. So Justin Valet, the peace officer, said, don't bother with them. Call me. We will deal with it. We have 6 months from the time you have video. We have 6 months from the time you took the video to do something about it.
So why not contact Wheelghouse and ask him why?
Well, I'm going to do
Nothing's been
that.
done.
So
We're
maybe,
paying more money in policing and they come out. here and
well,
don't
maybe
do
that could be
nothing?
a direction from council to contact the RCMP and request why
I will,
that or what.
I will,
100%.
I will make that motion
Okay.
that you contact him and ask him why nothing's been done.
And if he is not gonna do anything, then we'd like some money back.
Unfortunately, that's not him.
Yeah, I know.
That's not
All in
right
favor?
I'm also a big believer in name and shame. I guarantee if you put the truck online and say, who is this? Dad will deal with it pretty quick.
Doubtful.
Yeah, because he was also trespassing. So there was multiple issues, and they knew the truck, they knew where,
It's the same kid. Yeah, actually his dad might.
so anyway, okay, yeah, I like that direction, because, they haven't done anything, so, but,
How many weeks has it been?
2?
2, maybe 3.
No,
Where was it?
I don't think it's 3, but
Christian Avenue.
Christian Ave, all the way through to the dirt road. My wife called me too. And
And they were down.
she's
on-
got videos and pictures, and
Yeah.
she's got a picture of
Oh.
the kid and all that.
We need to have people call that night though when it's happening, right?
I know, that was the same night you brought it to my attention. My wife already noticed all that.
Yeah,
I just wasn't aware of that.
Anybody who has any video from that day, then send it to us, because then we'll pile it in with this and say, hey, I've got more evidence, but I'm gonna definitely contact Mark and say,
Fair enough. Yeah.
Why?
By all means.
Yeah.
because they also deal with damage down the corner there in the park.
but from now on, we will contact peace officer and he will deal with it, he said, just
Right.
contact us.
But people should phone RCMP as it's happening, right?
Yes, if, at the time, yes, phone the RCMP, and if, yeah,
Because the county mountie is gonna come out here at 10 o'clock at night.
no,
Because they
no,
don't work.
no.
Pony cops.
Okay,
Okay, so, do we just want to make one motion to table 6.1, 6.2, and 6.3?
By all means, I'll make
Okay.
that motion to table that.
all in
Okay.
favor? Carried. MPE projects.
Okay. So, yeah, sorry about the bylaws not being done, but I thought the project was more important in getting the numbers so that council can make a good conscious decision on whether to proceed with a loan or just option A, option B, or A, B, and C, right? So, today on the table, we've gotten information from the auditors. So that first page you see is the auditors, and they are basically telling us what we can borrow.
Which first page?
This one here, what I
The
do,
first-
the last
yeah.
one that I gave you, sorry.
Next one.
Yeah.
Okay.
872.
Sorry, no,
Yes.
we can borrow. No, I just removed the 500,000, so like, that's why I was saying, don't
That's
mind my
eight,
reading.
812.
No.
We can borrow,
Total that.
sorry, listen, I'll explain. We can borrow 1.372. I automatically remove off of there. We already have a $500,000 line of credit. So that is that's credit. So that means basically using our line of credit, we could borrow another 872, 918, 93. So if you go down the calculation here, they've told you you can repay in a year 256,834. Divide that by 12 is I can make those payments every month, 21,402.85.
From
Okay.
where?
Well, this is the next graph that you're going to go to. This is the auditor. So now the banker has also provided this little package here. Yeah. So she's giving you prime rate history. So in investigating, there was 5-year fixed, 1-year variable, 1-year fixed, 2-year fixed, and using our line of credit. So we up the line of credit to what we need. We put it in a separate account, so it's not coming out of our operating account in and out. And then when we can make monthly payments, or we can wait till we get the money from our LGFF and CCBF and make a lump sum payment right towards the line of credit. So the line of credit is what Laura has done. And she's shown you a 3-year, 4-year, 5-year, 6-year, 7-year. There's multiple years. But my thoughts is it needs to be 5, maybe 6-year payback. Line of credit operates different. Everything else you have to pay within 5 years. So the only way for that to work is I had to get the banker to figure it backwards. And so then that's where she came up with at the bottom here. Oh, sorry, there was another. Yeah. Yes, the next page. Go to your next page. This is for calculating, working it backwards. We can only borrow 950,000. We need more than that. The second.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So I like the line of credit option. It's prime plus 1% for the village. It is right now, prime is 4.55. So yeah, another one is 5.55.
No, it's 4.45
and
plus 1.
Plus 1, yeah. So that's the calculation that's being used on this spreadsheet. So it shows you the payment. Well, I mean, if you're doing it over 5 years, you would make a $24,000 payment. But our auditors kind of say that we cannot make more than a $21,000 payment. I've calculated that for you on that sheet.
Yeah, on the
So
top
you're
there.
looking at probably a 6-year. So that's why the banker couldn't give us more on figuring it backwards. So it's going to probably take 6 years
Okay, so
with the
I
interest.
have one question.
Yeah.
So we do the line of credit.
Yeah.
And we pay this off, we're paying this off in 6 years. Does
Yes.
that affect our taxpayers in any way?
No. Nope, not at all. So, but our debt threshold will be
Zero.
greatly reduced. Yeah.
So you're saying we're gonna probably sit within the 14.87% interest rate as well?
Yeah. So it's all calculated there. So if you go
So
to
the
the
last
6-year, yeah.
column on the right, that is the percentage of the total of that you're paying in interest. So the total amount you see there, that percentage there is the amount of interest you'd be paying in total.
Total over the 6 years.
Total over the 6 years
Yeah.
of the total, you'd
Yeah.
be paying.
So we did the monthly,
12.6
we did a
4%.
yearly payment, but I think monthly, you bring it down quicker, so we can just keep applying a payment. And so when the payment actually comes in, it can go back into our operating, or if it's right at the right time, we apply it to the, depends upon which way we do it, right?
So we'd be paying
Oh, there it is.
around $220,000 in interest.
The interest,
Sure.
Pretty
Yeah,
close, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, 220.
Out of 1.2.
And it could be less, because if we do get extra funds somewhere, then we can apply it to that. But if we're just strictly thinking about using LGFF and CCDF, then this is where it goes. Yeah.
So
And if
I've
we
been
had-
doing a lot of thinking over the last month. And what scares, the way I'm leaning is to doing them. How we do it, I don't, that's, but the reason I'm thinking about doing them all is because of, like I said last meeting, we don't know inflation over the next. So 5 years from now, let's face it, we do one block this year, we won't do another block for 3 years, we won't do the third block for 5 years. So then, if we do them all now, we have them all done in 6 years, paid off. Starting year 7, by year 8, we could be starting another project.
And in the meantime, we could still be doing little projects
Mhm.
that we're gonna get grants for other things, right? Like
Yeah.
maybe sidewalks and whatnot, so, but the major portion will be done, right?
Yeah.
When
I was talking with Malcolm and stuff, this is the last part of the major sewer and water that needs to be done. All the rest is plastic
Everything
pipe
else
already,
is
the whole
done.
village. So this is the last of the really, really old stuff.
This is the deep water services thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So kind of I'm kind of thinking about it as well. My concern is that if the 3 projects, A, B, and C, so if we do all 3, we start on a fresh slate, as you said, we're plastic, or we're given plaster pipes, we're in plastic, we're good to go.
Yeah.
My fear is if we only do, say, we only do project 1, next year, project, or, 2 shits the bed, we're gonna do it $100,000 just to patchwork it. And then we're gonna go back in another year, tear it all out, and then do it the
Just had a
whole,
water line break.
we'll do the whole thing again, where if we spend it now, it's more of a fiscal responsibility to get it done. We're not screwed, right?
Yeah, I'm with
Right,
you.
but still at the same time, we'll be tying up our money for 5 years.
Yeah, but I
That's
think,
a long time.
I know, but
So think about it.
oh no,
365 times 5.
I know, but I think unfortunately, I think we're kind of getting to the point that we've had, because we've had to do this before, we've had to delay it because of COVID, of this, we've delayed the projects, where now this is all accumulated into one. It's similar to what we've done with the taxes. During COVID, council that was here, we decided not to raise taxes because we were trying to help people out to not increase their rates. Now we're on the coming out of it, going, okay, well, now you gotta get a pretty good tax hike because now we gotta make up for it all. Where this is what we've done, we
Yeah, but this isn't gonna affect our
Yeah.
tax.
no, I'm not saying it's gonna affect the taxes.
if I can add in, so MSI or LGFF and now CCDF is, I can definitely tell you it operates different than before, because right now we can only use our 2024, and then I have to ask them to release my 2025, which they'll do. But 2026, I know what it is. I can't get it till 2027. So we're now a year behind. So if you're thinking about getting your money together to do a project, you're never going to make it, because you have to do this timeline with them. And I don't, like, I don't see how it's going to work, right? So you're going to actually have to probably borrow and then do what we're doing, using future infrastructure to pay back that loan.
And every time we get the money available,
Yeah.
something happens that takes precedence and it gets spent.
But so like I said, the 2026 allocations will not be, we will not see it until May or June of 2027.
So that water main on, by memory lane there, what, 3 years ago?
Yep.
That blew?
Yeah.
What was the cost to repair that?
30 grand, I think it was.
So, I mean, that's something we gotta think about too, because if, so we do one block of Post Office Road, Frederick,
Mm,
and then we have another 30 grand break down there, or a main break somewhere, I don't
yeah.
know.
What was the cost on this last one?
Well, you see, that's the thing. I feel like we're almost down by.
Oh, it wasn't much.
Well,
Yeah,
I
no,
think we're
the
down.
last one was
If we
only like
don't
10
do it,
grand.
That's kind of the way I've gone back and forth, because I always said I would never take a loan as long as I sat at this table.
Mm,
But I don't know how we're ever gonna catch up with inflation if we don't,
we don't know.
act.
Mhm.
Like let's face it, what was the oil? $105 a barrel?
We're
We've
not,
also-
we're not beating inflation if we have to pay $200,000 in interest.
Exactly. That's how I feel. I agree.
Yeah.
So there's, I think, what's the street?
Frederick?
Frederick, it needs to be done. We're have a lot of breaks on it, you know, it's really bad, it's something that needs to be done. Things that maybe don't necessarily have to be done. For us to borrow ahead to do those and use up all of our borrowing power, tie it up for 5 years, spend an extra $200,000 in interest. I get what you're saying about it. We're never gonna get ahead.
Mhm.
We're not getting ahead if we borrow either. So it's gonna cost kind of the same amount of money, just a matter of when we wanna do it. Because what we lose in the interest, gain, we gain on paying the interest, or inflation, I mean. Then we gain on the interest. So,
And the mobilization rates.
for sure, all the
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and I mean, who knows what the tenders will come in as next year, year after. It has gone up and down.
Oh, yeah.
So you're guessing on that to say that, well, it's cheaper now than it will be next year. You're making some assumption.
Well,
You're
I'm
also
just
making
looking
an
at past 5 year.
No, and that's the general,
Yeah,
that's the trend. But you're also guessing on saying, well, we could have a line break, and that's gonna cost us an extra $30,000-$50,000. We did roads that we just finished paving, and then we had breaks.
yeah.
So that doesn't prevent
Not the
that.
main, no.
Well, it still got tore up, right?
Still got.
It wasn't, yeah.
Still had to be repaired.
I mean, there's still things, right? I don't know. I was driving today before the meeting, and I went over the projects that we're talking about again. I don't see the Broadway as being a must-do this year, and with the lack of deal and having to max out our borrowing power, pay a full $220,000 in interest over 5 years, it would be my opinion that we do not do the Broadway, but I think we need to do Frederick.
All of Frederick,
Yes,
so both.
both
projects.
direct, yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm sitting.
I've gone back and forth, but I don't know, I keep going to I just keep thinking about what the Broadway's gone up in 5 years, right?
Well, and you put it that way, kind of see the one point is that if we do 60%, we do these two and leave that one, and then if something happens, we have that extra funds available.
That's right, we still have access to do things. If we tie it all up and something else goes wrong, we're kind of hooped.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of putting all my eggs in one basket, especially for a 5 year at 220 on interest. I just don't like that. It doesn't sit well with me, unfortunately. Just doesn't.
No. It's a big number.
It is.
And
Over a 5-year
and
period?
IRMs.
Yeah, and then we're bound, right? Now, if something happens, who knows? It's,
I mean, I don't mind borrowing ahead on the, well, I'm gonna call it MSI, because that's all. I don't know all those other acronyms, but the MSI, I don't mind borrowing ahead, you know, certainly this year, next year, whatever we can do, but to go this kind of debt to do an infrastructure that I don't see as a need, more, it's a direction and we got it, we'll do it eventually. But I can't be in favor of it.
I will say too, and just to add on to that, I will say that, I mean, the infrastructure for the local, you know, the individuals that reside here in Standard. I'm new here too, right? I don't know when the Broadway was replaced and this, that, and the other, or what's happened in the past. You guys are very more versatile in that whole situation. You have a lot more core knowledge than I'll ever have. It's gonna take me time to catch up. But I think that the main priority should be on the avenues that are, you know, we have people that are here, we gotta think about that.
Can you turn the AC on?
Oh, sure.
The residents of Standard, that's why we're here.
No, let's freaking get warm in here.
Well, the discussion's heating up.
No.
Sorry, I'm a little slow.
Yeah, long enough. That is an old man joke.
Yeah.
No, I can see that point, because I would like to get all three done, but I think we're gonna have egg on our face if we get all three and then something happens and we're scrambling, we're gonna have to borrow from Rocky for.
Look, that might not happen.
No, it might not, but I mean, we have
Might not.
to keep
By all
potential there,
means,
right?
But like,
We have to have the what ifs.
as like myself, like I said earlier, I don't like to put all my eggs in one basket.
No,
Do you know what I mean? In case something happens.
oh God, no,
We have a
but that-
responsibility to
yeah.
have a buffer.
That's right.
yeah,
That's right.
yes, actually, it's very well put.
Right? And I don't see a purpose in that. That's how I feel, truly.
Well, I think if something happened on Broadway that has to get fixed, I think we could, well, I could quite honestly say, well, we've tried, we're doing the best we can. You know, this was an educated guess. We hoped it would last, you know, but we'll have to make the repairs now. And if it lasts, then we're in the good. But if something happens, we have to repair it, then, you know, we have that buffer there, right? So.
Well, is, what's the name of the company? Red Rock or Red?
Yeah.
Ruby
Rock. Are they gonna give us any discount now that we're gonna cancel
No,
half the project?
no.
But MPE might still.
MP.
So we're-
That was our bigger savings anyway.
Yeah.
Cause if we were gonna hit them back again and say, can you lower it?
Yeah, they won't.
Yeah, but
But like even Chris said, there's no real, I mean, we asked once, and that's pretty much all.
yeah, I'm kind of an old school guy in that aspect, is that I'm asking you to make a deal, give me a good deal. I understand that you have to make a profit,
Yeah,
make a profit, but don't make a profit where you screw us. You walk away like a thief and we get hosed. Sorry, I don't believe in doing business that way. You know,
Fortunately, that's construction, yeah.
Yeah.
well, I know, but that's where I'd say,
Well, that's the world.
well, yeah, but that's where I'd say, yeah,
Yeah.
go somewhere else.
Yeah, but I think what Mark's trying to say is that construction that happens very, you know. often.
Oh, exactly,
Yeah, I
yes.
see it on a day to day, even with the projects that I'm on with right now, I see it day after day.
Yeah.
after day.
Yeah.
They're gonna always,
Just
gonna
go,
always,
yeah.
Yeah.
no matter what, and the projects usually when they're projected at 6 weeks, usually run it to 8.
So,
And what happens at that point in time too,
we still afford it.
that's when overtime is pushed in and that's when.
We've got to
start
take more.
managing. And I don't want us to have.
so you could do one project, and not have to worry about loans or anything, right? So we have Laura's just calculating. the
Is that
total there.
this year and next year's?
This is using what we had from 2024 and 2025. We can't use 2026 because we won't see it till 2027. So, but just that amount,
551,721.
721. So you could potentially just do, sorry, the one. Oh, no, that's not good.
Yeah.
Leave that other.
Oh, pressure.
Well,
Well-
if we're gonna do one, then I'd say the Broadway.
I don't know.
Because
Well, you still gotta take out a loan for that one, so,
I don't know. Yeah, that
um,
one's still over that amount.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
But my only thought on that is that we're doing half of
Okay.
Frederick, and then we're gonna do the other half. We're just do the whole thing at once, right?
option A, Frederick, post office to First Street was I'm gonna go with the engineering, everything, was 539,616.07. This was off that original sheet I gave you
That's
last
the
meeting.
engineering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not.
Sorry, what was those numbers again?
Sounds weird.
Sorry?
Okay, the tender total with the engineering costs.
Yeah.
$539,000.
Yeah.
$616.07.
Okay.
Option B,
That's
which
for
is,
half a block.
that's post office to
Half a
First.
block.
Mhm.
Well,
Half.
no, it's not,
No. We did,
because we did from that corner,
But yeah, it's close.
yeah, pretty much half.
Right.
and then the one where you get your
Yeah.
bang for your dollar.
No, you're,
Yeah,
bring your finger back,
Your thumb.
tighten your fingers
your
back.
thumb, bring your thumb in, yeah, right about there.
There.
Oh, we're not even doing the whole thing.
That's
No.
3/4. It's
Yeah.
about 3/4.
Because
At least
we already
2/3.
did this, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
So, okay, so now option B was Frederick First to Second Street, okay? That with the engineering costs was $682,039.67.
Okay.
I can reprint the sheet for you guys if you want, okay?
What's the
So-
total of that?
12.
So we would have had to take, we would be looking at
Frederick.
150,000 subsidizing for that project. Okay, we'd have to come out of our operating and pre-use our 2026. But we have the money in our operating. It's not, I'm not concerned about that. We have
I
those
know it's
funds.
another what, how much to use the
2026 funds,
yeah.
you will have another 218,000 for CCBF and LGFF. Sorry. Okay, 2026 totals. Oh, it was in this amount here. Is going to be 206,373 and 71,440. I'll reprint this for you guys.
Just say it one more time.
Okay. The LGFF is 206,373 a year. And CCBF is approximately 71,440.
And top of, and then we had the 540 or 57.
551.
550.
Yes.
Yeah, it was 551, some change.
Just over 8.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you do the
we'd
two
have-
together,
Yeah, we'd have
is
to,
831.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we'd have,
789.
I'm just ballpark.
Yeah.
So we'd have to borrow about 400,000.
Pre-using 2026, yes, you would be going to using your 2026 plus another 200.
Plus another 200.
You would be dipping into your 2028 or 2027.
We can't, it's gonna be.
No, you can pre-spend for future funding, okay? But we will not, 2026 allocations will not come into our bank until 2027. Until the financial statements from the audit is presented or submitted to municipal affairs.
Nope.
And they have to be done by May 1st every year. So you will not see any money for your 2026. So you have to use your operating
Or your line of credit for.
or your line
till
of credit.
Next
Yeah.
spring.
Yep, till next spring. And then you,
But we still need
we need to,
400 on top of that.
okay, so the option C that I had was doing, option A and B, sorry. I had if we do Frederick all the way,
Yeah.
total cost is 1.196 million. So yes, you would be, yeah. But you're using 2026 and part of 2027. So you won't be doing any project now until probably 2028 after that,
That's, we don't have to borrow anything for that, other than just,
using our line of credit. We could just use our line of, we have a $500,000 line of credit.
So with what the money we have right now in 2026 and the line of credit. Yeah,
Yes,
You're all better.
yes, we would do all of Frederick, okay? We have,
Yeah.
hang on a second here. This is not the right sheet.
and it would be paid off in 2 years, basically.
Yeah,
Through our grant money.
correct.
That's a lot less interest than 200,000.
That saves us the 220.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And
Yeah.
projects get completed a lot
You're still-
quicker.
You're still using your line of credit with the 4.54, whatever percent plus.
Yeah, but
one.
that's a lot better.
That's
That's a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot better than the 12 point whatever
14.
or 14 that they were projecting, right? You know what I mean?
That's the
Or the-
total interest on the total amount though.
That's right. But
Yeah.
this is
Yeah,
this is
If you
still,
break it out into smaller pieces, it would be less, right? That's the total interest on the total amount.
Yeah.
I
I don't mind stretching a little to get stuff done that needs to get done, and we have the ability to do so. I just wasn't not comfortable tapping it all to get all three done.
no. I appreciate the conversations that, you know, kind of as you said, like your thought, you know, and as Brett had said that, yeah, I do like the fact of having a little bit of the buffer because 365 days times, you know, 6 years, it's a lot of time to be pinched, you know, that something happens and we look,
are kind of.
we look, oh, yeah,
That's 1,825
Yeah.
days.
so just over 1,800 days, and then we look kind of buggered saying, you know, well, we're responsible council,
Add it
but
together.
we don't have any money because we did all this.
For,
Rather than say, yeah,
A and B.
if it comes down to it,
Right here,
I think we still have the ability that if something major
That's the
happens,
quote.
we have the additional buffer.
No.
On the other hand, too, I
Go
do
to
understand
Ruby Rock.
your
Well,
conundrum.
I'm sitting here thinking, so
That's the problem.
say $227,000 in interest.
Ruby
Schedule
Rock,
A,
Schedule
yeah.
B.
We went up
Schedule A.
300,000 in 5 years.
Yeah.
Schedule-
562,039, yep, and 433, get this one here.
I was looking
No,
at
that's
it to
Brooks
do all three to try to save money.
That's fine.
Yeah, no, as a conglomerate, and I understand that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's typically how most people would want to go.
But what happens
Totally
if,
see it.
But we only have so much.
Right, I just don't wanna.
I'd like to redo the whole village.
Oh, you
But we don't have to.
You know,
We don't have.
But I just
Well, we
don't,
can't.
yeah, I just don't want us to
Missing
stretch ourselves too far.
Mhm. No,
And
I
then all
get
of
it.
a sudden, we hit a hiccup, and now we're caught with our pants down and we're kind of panicking.
yeah,
We don't need that kind of stress on our table either.
No, for sure. I'm not against just doing Frederick. But I'm against doing just one.
yeah, me too.
Either we do 2 or we do 3.
I think if we're gonna do something, we have to do it with see it through and not half-ass it.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I agree. I think we're gonna have to, if we're gonna do a project, let's start from A and finish it at Z.
But then I
Do you know what I
wanna, so then I wanna plan in place though that the Broadway, and it's in writing that the Broadway is the next one to get done, because that's our last road or last road with
Oh, that's
the,
right.
or the clay pipe, right?
I don't think you can make that.
you know,
That
can have that
assumption,
as a
because that might be a different council, right?
we can have that as a plan.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, I
You
don't
can
think,
put that in your strategic plan.
yeah.
Yeah,
Here you go.
strongly advised due to aging infrastructure, it has to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can recommend, but yeah,
Say,
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
For
for sure.
recommend.
No, and
Because
just
that's
taking
comes
into
down to
context,
where-
not out of
Yeah.
context. We know what you meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. By all means.
yeah.
If it happens, we bring more.
Jeez, so let's-
I'm gonna put around.
Throw me under the bus. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
the way I
Next
look
month,
at
there's
it,
gonna be a main break over there, and it's gonna cost us an extra 100,000.
well,
Everybody's gonna be like,
damn, Brandon.
So if it goes to shit, we're gonna name it the Fall Street.
And then 176,000 for.
But it
Well,
would be
that's-
nice to have.
there's
a
your grand
so we
totals.
can Get this going.
it should,
I'll make the
Yeah,
motion, we
I got
do
the
A and B.
totals here.
They just wait till.
Yeah, but that's the engineering copy. That's not the actual.
No, this is from,
You don't, it's not A and B, it's
Okay.
B and C.
This is the actual.
Sorry, I was just.
and this is Frederick Avenue.
Entirely.
Further gravity.
Yeah, 562,039, yeah.
So
And then 433, you got it
5
there.
years from now, and I'm not sitting
Schedule
here, I'm
B.
gonna come to you and say, told you, it's
This is the
$500,000
same.
more than it was
Avenue,
5
First
years
Street
ago.
to Second Street, this is
Told
the
you
same.
so.
Right?
I hope so.
But I mean, our.
I hope so, because that would mean that nothing went wrong.
These are
And
two
yeah, I
cents,
don't
they're
think
two
you
different-
pronounce their.
562, 562.
It's not like I'm gonna be here.
This one says
Oh, you're still gonna
563.
be here, I'm the first one that gets to go.
Where'd you get
I
this?
hope that we come back here one day and we sit down.
Under
and
Brooks
say,
Act.
right,
Oh, that's
we did a
Brooks.
Great project.
Oh,
That's perfect.
sorry.
Big
Jesus.
rock here.
Here we
Now
go.
have the money to finally do the Broadway with no.
Okay, we have a guest.
Yeah,
list.
We're
This
gonna
is-
finish this though,
Hey,
Yeah,
yeah, because there's gonna be a motion put on.
Made it, I guess.
On in, sit
yeah,
down.
come on in, we have,
Yeah, it was an accident right on.
can we just
16th
table
Ave.
it till we're, because we have to
That's my
make the
son.
motion?
Have you heard?
He
Because
was
we
gonna
have,
make a motion.
okay, well, just recommend
We'll
the,
just go right for them. Or do you wanna wait? Let's wait. Okay.
Okay.
All right,
just,
I'm Martin.
Nice to meet you, Rick.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Me too.
And Rach, how's it going?
Okay. Brian, nice to meet you.
Brad?
Richard?
Richard?
Brandon.
Brandon?
Laura. Yeah, how's it going?
Well, I thought we were gonna be way late, man. It's just like the way the roads were.
Oh,
And when I said right on 16th Avenue coming into,
oh,
yeah. But,
We gotta turn off as soon as you come off main
Yeah,
highway.
yeah, main highway. it was really bad.
Yeah.
That's not good, it's now in 30 minutes instead of
That's no good, man.
so you asked to present to council, you wanted to let them know what you guys are doing, so.
Yes, so we've owned that building at 818 Broadway for the last 11 years now. It was obviously since a daycare. The tenants as of November 1st last year moved out. And basically now we're at the intersection of my dad's trying to retire. We're looking to see what options there are for either recreating a daycare space or selling the building to a prospective daycare owner. As according to the land use bylaws, that space is able to support a daycare. So we just wanted to understand kind of from the village's perspective, what the suitable business or preferred business is for that location. Obviously, having been a daycare for the last 10 years, I can imagine that there's probably a want for that somewhere in the village, but wanted to better understand kind of from the council's perspective.
They're in the church right now.
Yeah, they're in charge right now. I did give her, sort of offer to see if she can stay there.
Yeah, we tried. We tried honestly keeping her there. We never did a rent increase over the 10 years that we had her leasing the property. But the economic circumstances have changed over the last 10 years, and we didn't offer like a crazy increased rent amount, but it was a slight increase, and she didn't agree to it. And we said, okay, well, I mean, the lease is over, and we're hoping for that, and there's either going to be a new tenant in here or that we're looking to see what kind of businesses that they would like inside, or we would look to sell the building, which we've had multiple showings for. It's just the issue seems to be now that we want to understand what the land use is of that building, because many of these people who are coming in to look at that building are interested in restarting a daycare. For the purposes that it's been a daycare, it has the land use bylaws that support it being a daycare. what the village's situation is with the existing daycare and what some kind of.
We're 100% behind you guys to make sure,
Yeah.
everybody got the same.
I'll just advise council of the land use bylaw. It was brought to council probably 9 years ago for a discretionary use as a daycare, and it was approved as a daycare. So the daycare stays with the building. It doesn't go with the tenant or the owner. It stays as a daycare. So anybody could come in and start up a daycare, and it's already approved as that use. So then they would have to go get their permits and whatever and go continue from there. So as far as the land use bylaw, and it doesn't restrict, the church is also a child care facility because they moved over. So it's not restricted, right? So, but yeah,
If you want.
you already have the designation, so it's not like we can take it away from you. It stays there until it changes again.
Okay.
So somebody can come in, want to go back and do a convenience store. That's a permitted use. So whatever the permitted use is, council has already said, you don't even need to come to us. You can say, this is a permitted use. You can do as you wish here.
Well, it's not really in our lane to tell you
Yeah.
what we want in there.
Mhm.
Or if we want you to sell it or keep it.
Yeah.
That's your decision. What happens here is if you sell it to a different use that's not in our discretionary use, then it comes back to us
That's what we want
to discuss
Yeah.
whether we'll change it, right?
Mhm.
It's hard for us we're not supposed to tell you what kind of business we want.
No, of course.
Unfortunately, right?
What is the permitted use? I know the daycare is the discretionary use, but what's the permitted use?
Oh, there's quite multiples. It's
Yeah, they were multiple.
It's commercial and residential.
retail,
Yeah.
could be
Use, so.
laundromat.
Yeah, there's
in the rear.
And you guys are already aware.
There used to be a barber shop in there.
You guys are already
Convenience store in there. There used to be.
You give me a long.
Uses
Yeah, I'm keeping up with that, yeah, she's telling me all that,
Yeah.
to make sure, but we like to see it, reopen the daycare, so that way, people around surrounding the area, they'll be comfortable, that.
Yeah, we were kind of unsure about kind of what the status is of the daycare facility existing in Standard as well. We've heard multiple different things from multiple different people, so.
Well, that's odd.
So we wanted to better understand, like, is that something that is looking to continue in the church basement? Or is this something where families are, this is not the ideal place for a daycare for our kids? Or we kind of want to understand that as well, because we've had buyers that have come in, they've inquired further, and then they've got somehow gotten in touch with the previous owner, and then the previous operator, and the previous operator saying, hey, no, I have the only rights to daycare in Standard. So
That's what she was saying to everybody, basically,
You can have 100 of them in town.
we had quite a few, that's, people want to come and buy, but the thing is.
So,
Understand you.
the person that's coming in to operate a daycare needs to be through the Child Care Connect, obviously. So they need to contact them. But then there's also, there's the possibility of an asset sale. If you could have purchased it from the previous owner and moved it to this location, back to the location, you can start your own. You don't need to go with what she has. If you have the level 3 operator. And again, it's not confirmed whether or not you will get the license. Again, that's the process. You have to submit your $200 non-refundable payment. So there's still some criteria that needs to be met, which is already the current daycare has gone through, right, with the Alberta Health and everything. But as of right now, we know that she is no longer going to operate as of June the 30th. And I'm gonna allow Laura to speak on this because she is more involved in this. So she's gonna point blank just give you some information.
I'll give you a little 30-second recap of what's been going on the last 8 months or so. So back in September, the daycare owner had formally announced that I'm not doing this anymore. I am closing down the daycare. So in turn, a group of parents got together. We rallied towards the church, see if we could use the basement of the church for a temporary space until we could find somewhere future. And that is all fine and good until June 30th. So this parent group, once we got the church, we got inside the church, that group had since been disbanded.
Can I interrupt?
Yes.
Is this our place to be sharing this information? Like, it's not a council,
Yeah.
concern, like, I appreciate you guys wanting to know stuff, but about the community, but that information, I don't know, I don't
It's
see
just
that as,
bringing the information to council or no?
we're
This
not,
kind of really is
That's-
way out of our lane as council, to be honest.
I don't think it's appropriate that that information's attained through this, at this table.
Okay.
I kind of agree. It's like any other sale of any other business. If you're following the uses of that.
Yeah.
then
Well,
there's-
that's what
right?
it was.
So there's-
And by all means, those questions you bring to our table.
Well, I guess it's not so much about that then. I guess it's more about, is there going to be a need for a daycare in this village after June 30th?
Well, I'm just gonna say
That,
yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I would say yes.
okay.
But
but really, that's not a question
But
this
that's-
council can answer.
No,
I
yeah.
could just say how many, there's a lot of kids.
There's enough people in Standard that would wanna have, a daycare to take their kids there too, right? But we really don't have any grounds in order to tell you how
Of
to
course.
operate that.
Yeah, no, we aren't really
Take care.
looking for how we should go about it. We really want to help understand, because like I was saying before, we've had conflicting information coming to us. And regarding that, we've had people say, oh yeah, she's going to be out June 30th, or there's no daycare June 30th. And we've heard, multiple other things. So we just want a clear understanding of, if we're bringing buyers in, it's actually my fiduciary responsibility as the realtor behind it as well, to provide the correct information that there is.
I think
And
the
so-
proper way of doing this is you talk to the office.
Okay. Okay.
Right?
That's what there's no middleman, that's.
Yeah,
Exactly, yeah.
because it's actually comes down, if you're following all the rules
Mhm.
and whatever they
Yeah.
buy, it's her decision, right?
And
Okay.
again, we can't tell you one way or not to, or you
Yeah.
do, right?
For
So,
sure.
and then that's why the
Yeah.
use of the building stays with the building until
Yeah.
we
Right.
change it.
And as far as what other people are doing in the village, that's not for this table or this office.
Right.
Just
Well,
wanna-
the reason why
Makes sense,
we-
yeah, makes sense.
The reason why we even bring that up is because one of the buyers, the most influenced buyer who was actually going to purchase our building, was just told last week by the previous owner operator that she holds the only rights to owning a daycare in the village.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I think that's way out of field too.
Yeah.
That can't be taken.
And these guys scooped up, basically.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
So he was actually gonna come to this meeting, but he got stuck on that trail as
Well,
well.
I'm pretty sure you can relay that message.
Yeah,
Well, and that information you can find out.
I can phone that from.
Yeah, that's all
That's
through
right.
the office.
Okay.
So now we know exactly what
Yeah.
she's doing, we
And,
didn't know anything about it before, so.
yeah,
You're good.
Okay.
and again, if anybody else was going to start a daycare, they would have to come to council.
Yeah, definitely.
And get, because it would again be a discretionary use, especially in any other district, right? So,
So then, I guess with regards to that, if there is communication that's needed, it would be between the office and us rather than
Yeah.
council here.
Yeah.
But having said that, is there any more, because basically what I would like to say is that this one very motivated client who was interested in purchasing the building is also the same person who was going to come here today, but they're also the same person who was influenced by the previous owner operator to not make the purchase, and they fell off the map for 3 weeks before I told them, hey, we actually have a meeting with council to discuss this, if you'd like to join, whatever. And that's when he was re-engaged. So basically, I just want to make sure that, the right information is getting in front of them from the right sources. So if there's a way that the office can also help, maybe in an email or whatever, bring that to us so that we can share it with them.
I think you would have to just kind of direct them to
Yeah.
talk to a vet, because it's the same precedence. If you talk to them and said, oh, this could be used as a hemp store. Well, then you've just told them what it could be used for, and that's on you.
Yeah.
Same as thing, whether it's a daycare, a liquor store, whatever else, that's not up to you. That's with the village.
Yeah.
You'll buy the property.
do they have a list of what it can be used for as of right now?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, this
it's
is
the
right
land
there.
use bylaw.
No, we have it, if they have it.
No, we don't have it, so I think we should be.
Can we provide a copy of this?
Yeah, Laura can
That's
go
what I'm trying-
print
Yeah,
that
that's
out.
what she
Yeah.
has.
There you know exactly.
Then that way they know that they can contact.
Yeah.
You're right, but mostly, like you said, daycare would be the,
Mhm.
And I mean, if we're not gonna be, I mean, if we're being honest here, I don't know if there's a demand to support 2 daycares, is what we're saying. Is
Yeah.
really, we wanna know if this is truly something that there can be unlimited daycares, that's great and all fine and dandy, but, is there really going to be a need for a 1 daycare even after June 30th is what.
And that's not a question.
Yeah.
we can answer.
Yeah.
Event probably should know, right?
No,
No, I can't even answer that because all I can tell you is that you have the use for the building,
No, I'm
right?
talking about
Which I
church,
told you,
that's
yeah.
church, basement of the church.
Well, they can't, well, what they're saying is they
No.
can't tell us yes or no.
Yeah.
But what we can tell you is that there isn't one person in this, community that solely runs daycare, and that only person cannot proclaim that, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
they don't have,
They have no, that's.
Yeah.
It's like another Tim Hortons coming into the.
Exactly.
They don't hold the,
Yeah, there's nothing that
It's like
holds
a
that
store.
statement. That statement is completely.
Thank you.
so there.
Okay, so-
On for the office.
Makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the village, in total, just our building and the church have the land use bylaw of daycare use.
That's correct.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll just go to the church direct and just.
There's 1 day home.
Yeah,
like
that's-
it's a-
yeah,
it's a
there you go.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we don't have the right to give you that.
no, we can't.
We can't direct you in that anyway.
No, that's fair. I mean, as long as I know that there's only those 2 spaces that are used, I mean, it's self-explanatory.
Kind of narrows things down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it might give you an answer, but, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it dramatically changes the way that I'm able to at least tell potential buyers about the product. Is that, hey, we're the only potential place versus, hey, there's another one that we don't know is yes or no, or this or that, right? So
Right.
I'm just
Yeah.
trying to determine
No,
what
fair
way, what
enough.
avenue we'd have to take for
Fair
something
enough.
like this.
well, you can present it accordingly.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and any other questions?
Yeah.
Over.
Okay.
John.
What's your
Oh,
job?
you got his email address now.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
I got his email today about selling the
Yeah,
property.
exactly, yeah, so that way it's, everybody's on the same page.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
No, that's good.
But she left a lot of mess there, so we have to really, on it, basically. But,
Yeah.
It's just gonna take some time. to do it.
Yeah.
Is there any existing parents group in Standard or Wheatland County that is a thing at all?
Maybe
That's
check
worth-
social media.
I don't think.
I don't.
I'll provide you with information.
Yeah,
for it.
that's just.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
Perfect.
Anything she can
Okay.
answer, she will answer.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that's really all we need.
So you
Okay.
guys move on, yeah, thank you so much for.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Too much of your time.
I like that. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sorry, I hate to reach across the table, but.
John, to retire, is that what?
You know what, I'm 69, so you know what, I just wanna,
Okay.
That's
that's awesome.
I bought myself a van.
That's actually a lot of uses that we can
I'm thinking to go all the way across Canada.
Oh, there you go.
There's a little bit. You know the little Volkswagen. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Sounds like
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Good night, yeah.
Thank
you.
All right,
We'll talk to you
later.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Yep.
Told you, you basically knew immediately that there's not an answer we can give them. That's
No.
just not way out of our
I
league.
just wanted the Rolex.
But that's okay. It's all good. Now they know for sure.
I'm just not,
The Rolex with the clicking.
information about other businesses or potential. That's not our place
I
to,
think he just wanted to relay his issues that he's having with,
Yeah, kind of.
That's not
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
that's not our issue.
but
but now he knows.
The only thing we can tell him is
Yeah.
what we gave him. These are the
Yeah.
uses. And it is currently
Yeah.
discretionary use for a daycare, and
Yeah.
that stays with the building.
yes,
Beyond that, we should not give them any information. We shouldn't give them any information about when the church, anything with the church or the previous.
They need to talk to the church.
That is not for us
Yeah.
to share.
yeah,
He
we'll
can come
provide
back
that
on us.
information.
Absolutely.
That's okay. He come and asked and.
Yeah.
Basically, it's talk to Yvette. That's what I tell everybody, talk to Yvette.
Well, I think
More
she,
specifically, you should be talking to me.
Well, that's between you two.
Yeah.
But you do
But
have
either
to
way, that-
watch,
that
you do have to
personal
watch what
information-
information you do give up.
You should not be shared.
Yeah.
You gotta watch.
It's
what
like-
we
it's like-
tell people.
It's like if they phone and say, we want contacts for the church. No, you
Yeah.
give me your number.
Yeah.
We will give it to them. They will contact you if they want to, right?
Yeah.
Cause I got this Western, some media place out of Calgary has got my phone number from somebody.
Mm.
And wanting answers about the school sale over there.
Oh,
And I'm like, how did you get this number? Oh, you know Josh Anderson. Yeah, he's in the NHL. And no, I don't know. Like, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know Josh Anderson. That's the only Josh Anderson I know. And I said, if I give you any information on the sale of the school, I will be looking for a new job tomorrow.
Yeah.
So then they're emailing Lori and Bonnie at the office wanting information, like, who the hell gave my number out?
Mm.
I'm blaming Tom Akers.
the other part is, who cares?
Yeah.
They bought the school, it's theirs.
Yeah. Seem to understand that a sale is a sale, it's done, it's over.
Well, I find a lot of it is they tend to look at it and say, oh, that went for this much? Oh, I would have paid more for that, so, you know,
Yeah, it was for sale for plenty of years and nobody wanted it.
so that's just it,
And
right?
all of a sudden, everybody's coming out of the woodwork. So, do you still have that discretionary use sheet with you?
I've got the permitted central business.
So, do you know that if a cultural establishment might not be taxable, might not be taxable?
yeah, the church isn't taxable.
No, I know, but that's what I'm just saying, so if that's the only one on here that's not taxable is cultural establishment.
Yeah.
And I would just. I would just interject on that, as I know there are a couple places in Calgary where there's one house that they have deemed, they've been accepted as a cultural establishment, and therefore they're exempt from taxes, and it is a private area, members only, this, that. But basically, they're a house that's got a permit
One
that
thing I
now pays
wonder
no
if
taxes.
shouldn't redo that, remove that.
Yeah,
Anyway, so back to project
didn't mean to wait.
6.4.
Okay.
Brandon,
Oh, you're fine.
see, we forgot what we were doing.
No, it just gave us time to set in, so I think,
B and C.
You can see.
Richard,
No,
both-
A and D.
Yeah.
We're making option A and D.
Oh, well, it's written wrong on the agenda.
I would like to make the motion that we continue as per the agenda, B and C for the Frederick projects. And exclude the phase
Just-
two.
Just the options that I had given you in the sheet.
Bad print.
these are just.
No, that's just that's items.
I know,
Okay,
these
no,
are items.
go by this here. It's
Okay,
option A and B as presented. Not
Okay.
that, don't go by that. That's just,
okay, so A and B on that are
yeah,
Frederick.
for 1.196655 and 74 cents.
Okay, I
Okay, so-
make the motion for option
The
A.
one in there where the money's coming from, like line of credit, and should be,
Or just to be,
no, it should be in there what your line of, if you're gonna use your line of credit, it should say line of credit.
line of credit. Okay.
Friendly amendment,
Well, we're gonna be using, CCBF and LGFF funding
and
future funding.
your line of credit.
No, we don't need to use that because we're gonna be using the future funding. The line of credit will just operate. It's not operating.
So we don't take a loan.
No,
No,
we have our line of credit.
Okay, Yeah.
We're not.
Oh,
borrowing
oh, right,
any
yeah,
money,
yeah, sorry.
so it's the line of credit.
Gotcha.
We're getting rid of
Bring it apart, yeah.
Because it's already there.
It's
So
already
can you
approved.
read that to me, please?
Okay, Richard Bryan moved to approve as presented, for option A and B for, and the amount, 1.19665574 using CCBF and LGF funding with future funding also, I guess,
Present and future.
present and future. Thank you.
For the completion of those projects.
That's right.
For option A and B. Yep.
All in favor?
Yeah,
Need a second?
No.
it's already been passed, it's already.
Opposed?
We're supposed to ask for the recorded vote before.
I didn't ask for a recorded vote.
Okay. Okay.
Passed.
Just carried.
Okay, carried. Okay. Carrying, moving along.
Financial reports, March 26.
Yes, thank you. That was a rough month end, sorry. It took forever.
Guess we don't need this now, do we?
No, but it was just, yeah, Brian had the idea. This was what he was recommending for the Broadway.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess, it'd be a good thing to let people know.
Future.
Future,
I
yeah.
was actually thinking of donating my.
Okay, back to financial.
Okay.
We're gonna go into clearance.
You want to move March?
I'll make the motion to accept March 2026 as presented.
All in favor? Carried. April 26.
Withdraw.
Here.
I think Brian had his hand up.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
We're not on the book yet.
All in favor?
You're here.
Wait, that's Brian? Brian, okay.
Anything in correspondence?
I thought we moved the correspondence to consent agenda.
No,
No.
it's just always here.
We want to move to accept correspondence.
I'll move to accept correspondence.
All in favor? Carried. New business 9.1 policies handbook, approved batch.
So we're getting down to the very final stuff. There's just a couple of house cleaning stuff that she's doing. So hopefully soon she will, by the end of this month, policies should be all complete.
Okay.
So this one here is just the workplace hazardous materials, internet installation, and training effectiveness.
I will so move to approve batch. All in favor? Carried. Minister's letter of support diagnostic imagery.
Yeah, so they're just looking for a letter of support.
The hospital.
Yeah, for diagnostic imagery.
Or a CT.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that at the hospital? Or is it at the clinic?
Oh, I thought it was hospital.
Yeah. I
Sure
thought
said
it
the
was
hospital.
Hospital.
I read hospital.
Yeah, I got it on
Okay,
there
so that's good.
Yeah.
It's just a letter of support.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'll put it.
He's the one who's gonna be using it soon.
He's getting his exercise.
Yeah. Now that his arm's moving, we won't get him to stop. 423 Frederick conditionally sold.
Yeah, sorry, I had it in my report and I should have removed it here, so we can just,
WRC request for ACP grant.
yeah. So there's the ACP grant, but unfortunately, we won't be able to do this. We applied for the last 2 years and been denied. So, and we cannot apply twice. So somebody else would have to. Rockyford got it last year, so I'm anticipating possibly the village might get it next year if we apply. So I would recommend that, possibly Rockyford would be, or Hazar would have to be the lead on this. We would support it, but we cannot make the application if otherwise now we cannot apply for our own ACP grant that we've been doing.
So you want direction to
Um,
discuss with Rocky Ford CAO and
Yeah.
RCO? I
So,
will move to direct staff.
Okay.
to Talk to Rocky Ford and.
Actually,
Hazard.
wouldn't it be WRC talking to Rockyford and
No, this
Hazard?
would be a CAO's job.
yeah, we'll
to
discuss it,
Right,
yeah.
because we're the ones that have to apply.
Oh, right.
It's just the board members, right, that, or the shareholders that have to
Yeah.
put the application in.
Okay.
All in favor?
Okay.
Carried. Library appointments.
Okay, so. This is a very specific motion. It was in the package that we approve annually as
Mhm.
presented, so.
Yeah.
We will write out the whole thing, but Connie Harder for the term expiry date December 31st, Bruno Nelson, term expiry date December 31st of 2027. Jolene Christensen, term expiry date December 31st of 2027. John Getz, term expiry December 31st, 2027. Brandon Dufala, term expiry date October 31st, 2020. Oh, that should be a typo.
No,
25?
it should be 26.
Oh, okay. It says-
29.
Okay,
Well, no,
2026.
because we would redo in October,
Yeah.
right?
Mark
So I
Clark,
may be on there longer.
yeah.
So because the village office has to approve the board.
Fair enough.
That's
So
all.
we approve our
We
rep.
do it every year.
Okay, so be it. I was just like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're-
I just asked
about
I saw the quandary in your
I
head.
was like,
Yeah.
So that is 2026 then, yes, okay.
Should-
Mark
Because
Clark,
it should expire.
yeah,
this
it had 25
October,
on it. from
And then
the-
who knows who will be on there
Yeah.
Next term.
next year.
So Mark
Next
Clark,
Organizational meeting.
term expiry December 31st, 2027, and Barb Zachariason, term expiry date, which was, we had already done it, December 31st, 2029. And Connie Harder was for expiry was 2026, sorry, I did give that date. So
We want to move to,
approved as presented.
I'll move to as presented.
all in favor? Carried. Budget 26 radios quote.
Okay, it is in the budget. We did get a quote. It was, I had 3,500. It came in at 3,700. So for a mobile base unit, do we want to you want to proceed with that?
I don't, from what I heard today, I don't know if we want to.
Okay,
Because I heard, now I don't know if it's true, but I heard that REMP is going to, two partners are going to be pulling out of REMP also.
okay, so do you want to
So
just
I
table
would
this?
like to table this until we know
Yeah.
that for sure.
Okay.
Because if REMP is, if them two partners pull out of REMP, then there will not be REMP. There won't be REMP. So we won't need a radio.
Yeah, fair
I'll
enough.
move to table it.
Okay.
All in favor? Carried.
Okay.
Rodeo Society.
Okay. So Rodeo Society would like to get power to the arena so that they could do outdoor lights, do nighttime events. So when Fortis was here, we discussed it. So they could upgrade the power. We do need to upgrade the power on our side also, but the stretch for it to go to the other end, you're going to end up with a huge cable. So they recommend, and they're going to give options, but to come across the road, or actually they're going to go onto the highway, and then they're going to bring in the power to that end, to the campground. Then we can do more powered sites. The arena can have the lights that they need, the power that they need, do whatever they need.
Is the arena now a permanent structure?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, they use it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, it's up there. It's being used a lot.
It's being
Yeah.
utilized a lot more than it was when it was over the.
Yeah.
We actually have a group that wanted to rent it from them if it's available. So they're coming for a 3-day event at the hall, and they would like to bring.
So we just have to,
No, they would
This
like
is
to
for
upgrade
information.
power. Yeah, so I'm gonna bring options in the future. They do, they have put in a development permit for a C-CAN. Was this in the package? No,
Yes. I
It
saw
was?
that. Yeah,
Oh,
I saw
okay.
that.
So what they would like to do is now, they would like to revise their option. So, and if the council would permit, the C-CAN would be right against the dugouts, that the players' dugouts.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna roof the whole thing, side it and roof it. So the only end that's gonna be open is the
The
doors.
doors.
Is that
So,
engineered?
the walls and the roof, probably not. It's gonna be up against the C-CAN. C-CAN is gonna be there up against the
Shouldn't be-
dugout.
On one side,
And they're gonna side the one side and then just put a roof over the whole thing and the dugout.
So they're not gonna be cutting into that sea can in any which way,
No,
shape
no,
or form?
No, no,
Okay.
it's gonna go up top.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay, so they're just
So-
gonna fasten to it and then extend it then.
Just like a lean-to.
Yeah.
But they're
Yeah.
not gonna be cutting or compromising any of the
No.
structural integrity in regards to the
Just
sea
cut.
can.
They want a C-CAN because
we
it's
put
not
a-
spoof.
We have a,
Yeah. Yeah.
bylaw or whatever in place about C-CANs, right?
Yeah, they
That
have
if
to
you-
side it.
You have to sign it. You have to make it, you have to.
No, fair
so
enough.
this isn't siding it.
This is.
No, it's
No,
covering it.
But this is covering, they just didn't see the feasibility to just roof that. So then they were talking, well, we got a roof, we want to roof the dugout. So what if we put the C-CAN up against the dugout and then roof the C-CAN and the dugout,
Just one dugout.
both dugouts?
They're gonna do both
Both
dugouts.
dugouts.
Okay.
Just to be clear, the only reason why I asked is because I just didn't want to, I didn't know whether they were cutting and splicing anything in
No.
regards to the structural integrity of the
No.
sea can.
I have no.
And then the shed that's there is gonna come over to the arena. It's gonna be used for their bottle depot and their garbage. Because people have been just
Well, the
throwing,
mice have been getting in that
And-
shed, so
yeah.
this way, these are mouse proof.
Yeah.
Yes, I have no issue with that.
yeah, so they won't be cutting into them because they want them mouse proof. Because
So-
the equipment that's in there.
The rectangle C-CAN is going to have 5 exposed sides, right? As it sits on the ground. 2 ends, 2 sides and a top. In this case, we say that it has to be sided, which is enclosed with, even the door side
Yeah.
has to be sided, so it looks like a shed, not a C-CAN. In this case, they're talking about hiding one side, the top, and one end. Because they still have a door, so that's not gonna be closed in. And not to the dugout side. Now, I see from a practicality note, yes, that would serve their purpose well. But if we allow that opens up a can of worms as to we're no longer siding C-CANs.
I'll just go buy one or just cover the top, how's that sound?
No, but I think we're not, there's only gonna be one side that's not, look at the drawings.
The front, the doors.
Just the front, the one side will be up against the dugout,
Yeah,
right? They've got a box drawn around the C-CAN, so they're gonna put 3 walls and a roof.
yes.
Where's the door?
The doors are on,
Oh, 3 walls.
yeah.
the one door will be facing the campground, right? The other one will be facing,
Yeah, because you can see through the
So
chain
they're
link.
gonna have
what
So
we
it'll
see in
be
a sea
two,
can. I
it'll
see
be
what you're
one
saying.
wall that won't be,
just the doors.
just the
Yeah.
doors.
Well, is it just the?
And-
And the one going to the dugout,
No,
the dugout won't be covered.
When you're facing
Inside
from
the
this
dugout?
section where the dugout, where the chain link fence is, that's not gonna be covered at all.
No. So one side won't be covered and one end won't be covered. The door side
The
is the
door
end,
side won't.
and then the
Yeah.
side that's facing the
Yeah.
dugout, that won't be covered.
So the chain link will just be sitting against the full length.
Yeah.
Are these 20-foot or 40?
Yeah,
foot?
20.
Yeah.
20.
20.
Yeah. Right
Two
there.
Oh, okay.
2
What?
20s.
I'll tell you right now, if they are going to get a one trip C-CAN, the one that we just got over there is like,
Well, they're not bad at all.
no,
They
they're,
look good.
but I wouldn't have a problem with this just to as where it is. Well done.
Well, bowl lines, yes, no, that's
It's
it.
not in a neighbor's yard.
No. So, and this would be like, we could even make sure that we tell them, okay, the inside has to be painted like gray or something to match the chain link fence or something, so it's not more,
Yeah, yeah.
it's visible in the front too, right? Like you don't want, an orange sea can sticking
So if
out.
somebody else comes along and they wanna put a sea can somewhere, and they say, well, one side's gonna be up against the fence, so you won't see that, the other side doesn't bother anybody. And I can put this tarp or whatever up on this side so the road won't see anything. How's that?
Yeah.
Is that okay? I'm just trying to make it, we gotta be even.
Mhm.
So they could put a wall all the way, like from the one side. Okay, so they're putting up a wall here, right? And they could potentially put another wall on this side,
Yeah.
and then the back side would be.
Well, to be
wall.
honest with you, it would make more sense to me if they put a wall there to support the roof.
Exactly, me too.
Okay, so that's out that we
Tell
just
them,
have
no,
to.
we'll leave, I would definitely allow them to have the doors, because how else do you get into it?
Just pick it up.
But.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would say if they're.
And it's
I don't know.
it's on our land, so it's not like it's your next door neighbor's.
I know what Brandon
Oh,
says.
so
I see what you're
it's
saying.
okay if
We
it
can do what we
serves your
want.
purpose,
We
but
can
not
have,
other
we can,
residents.
well, we already have huge fire pits where they're not allowed in your backyard. We're already breaking that rule. You only allowed us
No,
a
24.
24-inch fire pit, but we've got 48-inch fire pits out there already, so what's the difference?
then we should
Well,
change that.
we should change that. We should change that. That's why we are here.
Because we had that discussion when we ordered them. And, the council approved getting the big ones for those big occasions.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily make it correct.
No, it's totally against our
It's
fire
against-
bylaw.
Yeah.
I know.
So
against
this would be
everything
okay
else.
as long as it's completely got three full walls covering the sea can. The front with the doors will just need to be painted.
I think.
So is that gonna be the same across the board? for
Well,
all
I'm
of
sitting here
the cats?
thinking, so we made this bylaw, well, how does anybody get into it? If we make them side it, we make them side all four walls, how are they gonna get in?
How does
Well-
everyone feel about siding all corners except for the door?
We can still put siding on the doors and still use them.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
No,
these
you
are
can do it.
firewalls.
It's harder on a sea can. You would have to change their locks or something.
Yeah, you can't
It would
change,
be
you
difficult.
can't
It'd
change.
be
the
very
locks.
difficult.
The locks are two, there's four.
Some siding.
Not if you
Four
came,
bars.
not if you boarded, like if you came out and.
If you came out, did barn doors.
And build a barn door, it's not gonna compromise any of it. It's gonna hide it all. You come a foot off.
Yeah, if you,
Oh, I
if you
get what
came,
you're saying.
Yeah,
you said we have another set of doors.
yeah,
And then throw a set of doors in
Yeah.
there and then you're fine.
If
got
you
double
came out
doors
with
for
barn-
access.
Yeah,
barn doors.
it's two sheets of plywood, really.
Honestly, and it's a couple 2x4s. What's the
Yeah.
big deal? Come a foot out.
Yeah.
That's it. Tell them to come a foot out.
Yeah, I'm good with that too.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at least you're cladding the whole, unit itself instead of.
because that was my thought, is that if you're.
So now you're splitting, now we're splitting hairs and we're going backwards.
Well, because the only thing that makes the sea cans look like a sea can are the doors.
I know.
Because like the single trip sea cans, you put a roof on that, that looks just like a prefab shop.
No, I mean, they.
But if you come,
I know exactly.
yeah, if you come out a foot and put like barn doors on there, open it up, then you got the sea
Yeah,
can
so-
doors.
So I'm just drawing right here, the top view, if you're looking at the top view, the distance in there, whatever is covering it, just add another foot, and then you add 4 more 2x4s. Right? One on the far corner, one on the far right, in line with the gable, another one in the center, and you can have barn doors.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not a massive expense either. That is actually fairly cheap.
So I think we could say in order to avoid siding, that you need
Four
to
different sizes.
box it in and put the roof
Cladding,
over.
yeah, technically cladding, I would say it has to be cladded in.
How do you gentlemen feel about that? That's why you might not be able to do it, right?
Yeah.
How do you do this as a?
Did you-
Just showing them, you
How
know,
much that run?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You know, so.
Right, no, I was just saying, like, off the side, just kick off the side an extra foot.
Yeah.
Throw a barn door, that'll
Yeah,
also.
I'm good with that too, because basically if we do give them permission, we are going against our bylaw.
Yeah, so to avoid siding it, they need to put 4 walls and a roof. Okay, then they can just do two doors that open and they
Explain
see
that to me,
can.
easy doors, it doesn't have to be right up, right
No,
on it, just needs to
no.
be.
You came out of
Yeah.
foot, and then she
Okay.
said, like,
It's
So-
4 more sheets of plywood, basically.
barn
Yeah.
door, shed
And
doors.
honestly,
Yeah.
that's not a
Yeah,
bad
thanks
thing.
to that.
Might do.
All right, let's
If you
keep
painted
moving.
that, so that.
So
you
let's
can
get a
see all that
motion
stuff
for
and
the
you just have the
secant.
4 bars.
Who wants to, we don't have to
That would
make a
look all
motion,
right.
well, I guess we do.
Yeah.
Who wants to make that motion, Brian? Good.
Go for it.
All in favor? Carry. Sorry.
4 walls and a
Handicap parking at arena.
Yeah, they requested handicap parking at the arena, but I guess, I mean, depending, I was thinking that we might be doing the Broadway, so we would incorporate that into the design, but right now, the only place that you could do handicap parking would be at the end of the sidewalk, because that's the only place that we've got the ramp up, right? So they would like to see a handicap spot.
Well, you could put
They would-
handicap signs in right in front of the sidewalk going in, pounded into the grass.
It's not really handicap when you got a sidewalk there, it's not
No, just
wheelchair
for the-
accessible. But are you talking about at the end?
You know, 9 times out of, no, I'm talking
Yeah.
9 times out of 10 or 99.9% of the time, the person going to watch a hockey game is not in a wheelchair or a walker. They just have trouble walking. So do we want
But we
to
could
put it
on
at the
the, on the
end?
corner.
Yeah.
The only thing
got
is,
the-
nobody's ever gonna see it there.
Why don't we
Put both sides.
Why don't we put one in
Yeah,
front
but
of
one on each side of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe just the first,
Then you got two
the
spots.
first 2, and then you're done.
you got 2 wheelchair spots.
Yeah.
With the ramp in the middle.
It would keep people from parking there, because my
No,
gosh,
they
people
park
parked on
in
the
front of the
side
fire
of my
hydrants
whole
too.
winter, it's like crazy.
Sign right there.
I guess so we just need 2 signs.
That's a
Yeah.
bylaw. right
Okay.
there.
So would that work? I thought we'd incorporate it into the design if we were doing the Broadway, but it
Yeah.
won't be this year, so, but we'll provide 2 handicap spots,
Yeah.
okay. So we'll just get a motion to 2 handicap spots
I'll go ahead with that
at
motion.
the end of,
Your
okay.
arm broken, you kind of had trouble after Brian took over from you.
Well,
Yeah, I know, I can't get that nothing
You took the wind out of you there.
Sorry,
It's
buddy.
called pouting.
I'm here
So,
for
Didn't we say that last time?
Stop it. Stop it. 9.9, village meeting.
Yeah.
So not next week, but the week after, I would like to direct. Well, she.
Oh, sorry, we have a WID agreement here?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I
WID.
was just- Okay,
Will be available at next meeting. Move the table.
yeah, so the
Um,
agreement is exactly as last year, and it will go till the end of the year, and then they should have the next one out. I said, you're gonna have it out before my auditors get on me, and she's like, well, we hope we do, yeah. So anyway, it's
I will
exact
move
same.
the table. All in favor.
Well,
WID, no, we're signing this agreement.
Oh, I
This
thought
is
you said it's
WID.
not till next.
No,
Oh.
it's good till the end of the year.
oh,
But
Okay,
then
I
we have to do another
misunderstood.
I
thing,
did
sorry,
too.
I
okay.
misunderstood too.
No,
completely
it's
there.
good till the end of the year.
Sorry, it's the accent.
active listening. fellas.
Okay, start being quiet so we can hear.
So we want a motion to
I'm
approve.
quiet, I'm pouting.
I will
It's
move to-
exactly the same.
I will move to approve it.
All right,
Yeah.
there you go.
All in favor? Carried. 9.93 village meeting, so I would like to make a motion to direct staff to talk to Hazar and Rocky Ford CAOs and set up the 3 village meeting after next week. And the reason I want to do that is because I want, I've talked to the other 2 mayors. We want to have a meeting to figure out fire dispatch for the 3 villages. Because, town of Strathmore jumped ship now too. From the Dempsey Fire Dispatch, so we have no, we have a Dempsey meeting Tuesday night to discuss what we're gonna do, but they've kind of left the 3 villages with nothing. So, as far as regional partnership, the way I look at it, there is none anymore. Because not one of them talked to us about doing this, to say, hey, you know, we'll take you with us or whatever, right? So I will save the rest for my Dempsey report. The recreation grant, it's come to my attention that what used to be the CRIS grant. CRIS funding. Town of Strathmore had a temporary CAO in there 3 or 4 years ago. And found out that they weren't doing the CRIS grant anymore, and he said, they don't have a choice. So they have to do a recreation grant, and what that does, it permits county residents to use our arenas, our libraries. They have to pay a usage fee. That's what the county's supposed to be doing. They haven't done it for 3 years now.
2 or 3 years, yeah.
3 years. So I want to know why Strathmore's been getting it all along and we haven't. Yvette has sent letters.
So right as of to date, I have more information, but it's got to be done through the agreements for everything and with the ICF, which is the Intermunicipal Collaboration Framework. And they're stalling because they have it coming due in 2027, but we're just going to, as 3 villages, the CEOs we've talked, we're just going to go right at them and say, no, we want to renegotiate now and retroactive.
So I'll just give you a little bit of how the CAO, he sent from Strathmore Town, he sent them letters and he CC'd Rick McIver in them. And Rick McIver contacted the county and said, you either do it or we'll come in and do it for you.
There you go.
So they don't have a choice. They have to pay us a recreation grant. Otherwise, what'll happen is we can put a user fee on any county ratepayer that wants to use any of our buildings in town.
Did something change in legislation? Because I remember when I was on council when they first introduced the CRIS fund. So there wasn't anything before that. It wasn't like it's always been.
No, I think it changed back. They decided that it was because
the county found out that they were supposed to be distributing these funds, which comes from a higher through the linear assessments and all that taxation. And that money was going to the county and then was supposed to be dispersed back down through the villages. And that never happened. And that was how it came about many years ago. They said, well, we'll give you this amount, but probably we actually don't know what that amount actually is. We'd have to probably hire somebody to figure it out and say, here, this is what you actually owe us, right? And it's kind of the same as another situation where somebody was getting funds and that wasn't being funneled down to the right sources.
Yeah. So that's the 2 things that I would like to have on the agenda for the 3 villages.
Okay.
All in favor to direct staff to. Very.
Remember that motion?
Yeah.
Did we make a one to set up the 3 village meeting? We didn't really make a motion there. It's just.
That's what that one.
Oh, there was the motion.
I just
Okay.
did that.
Oh, okay. So we don't. Okay.
You 3 are
Yeah.
talking and dealing with
Yeah.
them, but I
Yes.
think now that this needs to go one step higher than the CAOs to
Oh, yeah.
these tables.
Yeah.
Because it's still not happening.
Okay.
If we gotta
This is
start
on the-
including a minister or 2 involved in it, then that's what we'll do.
Okay.
Okay, reports, letter from the chair.
Yeah, these were all in the package. So this is all to do. I'll let you comment on it. So there was letter from Strathmore, letter from the county, letter from the chair.
I just gotta try to think of what I can say. I'm gonna have to collect my thoughts because I don't want to say something I can't say on. Basically, we can't afford to keep running without Strathmore in the county. We have, the ambulance service will stay until September. And then we go into contract talks with EHS again. They have put every organization that is ran like with DEMSA, so a nonprofit organization, on tender. which they've never done before since 2015. Which tells me they're not gonna renew a contract with us. So that would mean at that point, Wademsa will be totally done if that happens. They're both going to the city of Calgary, which doesn't make any sense to me because County of Rocky here, what's the other one? No,
Red Deer,
no,
the Red Deer, Rocky View.
Rocky
and-
View is the cheapest one.
No, it's Foothills.
Or
Oh, Foothills, yeah.
Foothills.
So there was Red Deer 911, Foothills, Calgary 911, and then the Wheatland.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm not, I mean, I've been looking at it both ways and going, well, you know, it's gonna cost the villages a lot less, but I'm concerned of what kind of service we're gonna get. My one argument with one county counselor was 2 years ago when they were sucking Wademsa ambulances into Calgary. They would ping them to another call in Calgary, and all our ambulances would be stuck in Calgary. We have no ambulances out here. So the board fought with AHS and got that stopped. We're not gonna have anybody to fight that now. Scares me.
Who owns the building for Wademsa? Or what the dispatch?
Wademsa does.
Wademsa does.
Tuesday meeting, I'll have. Our last meeting, we haven't had one for a while. Our next meeting is Tuesday night. There will be, I believe, legal counsel there for us. Don't know what's, our staff is quite upset. They're gonna be losing 10 local jobs. But they don't care. So I guess that's about it for my report. County call and email.
Well, this was all part
Yeah.
of the package. It was all in there.
Yeah,
So originally there was an email or a call and an email to us, the CAOs from the county to, see where we were gonna stand. Council was gonna stand.
why didn't they talk to us before?
Well, exactly.
Right.
So this was, next steps, we are reaching out to you to determine whether there is an interest in exploring a change in fire dispatch service providers and whether there may be opportunities to coordination or cost effectiveness through a collaborative approach. Well, they've already gone and decided. We were asked to
There was
present
no
this to council,
collaboration.
and then,
When was that sent?
this was
April
sent
23rd.
April 23rd. Yeah. And between then and now, or it's been announced, right? So what day was that announced on? And then Strathmore announced on April 15th.
Town of Strathmore started this. I hope somebody from the town of Strathmore is watching this. They're the ones that started this. And then they put it on the back burner to let the county be the bad guy. But they're the ones that started it, so they're just as guilty. And you know, it's taken these villages or communities since 1980 something when Keith Snyder was mayor over there to get this built up to what it is now, and it takes 5 counselors on one board and 4 counselors on another board to tear it apart. So anyways, that's about all I got to say, because anything else I got to say is not any good.
Yeah.
So we'll move on to Wheatland Housing. Our next meeting is, our last meeting was, Thursday last month. No, it was the. Sorry, it was the 30th.
April 30th.
Because of the ASHA convention. We got a letter, we're still in, running for the new build for government funding.
Mm.
We haven't got a no letter, there has been some, other organizations that got it, but they're different than what we are, so we're just waiting on that. Wheatland County sent another questionnaire of basically all the questions that we've already answered 100 times. And question answered because it's all to do with hospice. Rita Beveridge, who is our social housing manager, so who runs Manners.
Yeah.
He is retiring, so we'll be having a supper for her probably next month. We've got Paula Hall is our communication specialist, so she's been doing frequently asked questions and setting strategic goals and stuff for us, so other than that, it's just kind of ongoing. We had I don't know his name. We had a private company is wanting to build a senior housing, and they want us to run it. So that's highly unlikely that that's gonna happen. Basically, we'd be leasing it from them, so anyways, that's it. Our next meeting is next Thursday. Spring tea and Stampede barbecue coming up, but Drumheller District Solid Waste.
We had a meeting on April 30th to get the financial reports. They're in good condition financially. They're working on a new business model because of all this stuff that's going on with it. All our waste is gonna be going to Calgary more or less now. So they're just gonna be more or less done. They're gonna do some recycling, but most of it, they're gonna have a lot of empty buildings and they're wondering what to do with these empty buildings. Are they gonna rent them out? And this sort of thing. So there's a lot of stuff up in the air right now. But it looks, they might just be a collection spot for this other outfit that's gonna haul it to Calgary. So that's all up in the air, but they have to come up with a whole new business model to figure out what they're gonna do. You know, how many jobs are gonna be lost, and that sort of thing. Right? So it's a lot
How
of.
many employees you got?
Because there is people in all those buildings that are recycling stuff and going through.
So where's all the recycling? Because what is it, October 1st? Everybody's getting a free
Yeah,
recycle bin,
Yeah, we're all getting these big, and they're bigger than the blue ones.
and there's going to be more stuff that could go in.
And they're gonna be picked up by the sounds of it every 2 weeks. You can put everything in there except your organics. Just mixed. You know,
Mixed garbage. Interesting.
Yeah.
List is awesome. Like I'm
Mhm.
excited
And that
because
is- Yeah, that was the only.
I love
concern-
that they're making it so simple.
Yeah, that was the only concern
Yeah.
John Rutler had, because they got some of the
Absolutely.
bins and they are just massive. They're almost 2 of them other ones.
Oh, really?
They're big.
Oh, okay.
So if you wanna put them in the garage, it's gonna be tight.
I'll store mine at Malcolm's.
So anyway, that's about my report, but it's coming October 1st, so. like, you know,
Yeah,
We
that's
don't
gonna be
know,
nice.
I don't know that board even really need to be a board.
Well,
in
that's
another couple
gonna,
of years.
that's gonna.
We need like
help our
2 meetings a
garbage
year,
size.
if that's all it's gonna be.
we need to discuss how
That's-
much garbage.
Already, we don't
We're
need to
gonna
be
allow
this
for
every
pickup.
2 months. But it's just, because we have our
A bag.
1 bag a week.
operational board, right? So they have a meeting once a month.
Oh, okay.
And,
Yeah, that's right.
but all the rest of us is just more or less just.
EPR is, or the circular circular materials is responsible to inform the public, right? But they need our support. And
Yeah.
I'm 100% behind it.
Yeah.
The stuff that they're collecting is way more than what we get right now.
Well, you see the stuff that goes in the trans stores and what
Yeah.
are they,
Yeah.
bags and bags of garbage or cardboard.
Yeah.
Because don't want to break it down, and so they'll just stuff it in a bag fully be like. the
Cardboard,
whole box, right?
styrofoam, yeah, there's just so much.
Well, it's stuff in cardboard because it gets wet and then they can't use it.
We
Yeah.
even asked the question, so what about if somebody has a tinfoil pan and they just kind of don't even rinse it out and throw it in there? Well, they said, well, if it gets tagged, it might get tagged that it's contaminated or something, and they'll be given a warning. But yeah, it's just basically just rinse everything out, throw it in
It's gonna
there.
be coming in a rollout phase. It'll be 1 month of kind of education for everybody, like, we're gonna
Yeah.
get suppliers or stuff like that. They're coming.
Yeah.
And then there'll be another 2-part, put this in, don't put that in, So it'll be a couple of months of education.
That's gonna be nice.
And then the next move after that will be AI pickup.
So anyway, that's my
Yeah.
report.
It's great.
Little hovercraft.
Oh, what's your next meeting?
June 18th.
WFCFS.
We had a meeting on April the 22nd. Our next meeting is May 26th. I apologize because of the budget meeting, I did not have a chance to stop and grab my notes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
WRC.
April 23rd was our meeting. We moved it to May 20th, which has now been canceled and shifted to June 17th, 2026. But at that meeting, we had a tour, and I have to tip my hat. It's probably one of the best facilities I've ever done an inspection on, and I've been doing this for a long time. I'm very proud that we have a facility that
Yeah.
well built and maintained.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
And standard.
Yeah.
We should all be very, very happy about that.
Yeah, they
I
do
can tell you
good.
that. It's probably one of the best I've ever seen in my life. Honestly. So
Well, even the inspector comes up and says the same thing.
it is beautiful. It
He
is
has
absolutely
to
beautiful.
find a little fault though, somewhere.
Every time. Well, I can't go away with that.
I can't leave QC without rectifying something.
That's right. They have to justify
Right,
their.
but-
And it's always little though.
But I have been in welding for 25 years, and I've also been an inspector going on my 15th year now. And it is the cleanest, most well put together facility I've ever seen.
Mm.
So
It's too bad one shareholder doesn't go in 100% on this, but
Mhm.
Was April
Understand.
23rd the AGM?
Understand.
6.
Was that the
Yeah.
AGM?
Yeah.
April 23rd?
Yeah, that was the AGM.
Okay.
We are scheduled for June 17th, 2026
Yeah.
for our next meeting.
Yeah.
Other than that. Oh, yes, we did accommodate a water agreement
Okay.
with the beautification and memory lane. They've been approved, and we're gonna be selling more water. So we're gonna have nice returns.
Mhm.
Selling, making more money, guys.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. That brings more people.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth.
Mhm.
That it?
That's it.
Community futures.
We had a meeting on May the 12th. Our next meeting is June 18th, which is one of our shareholders meeting. We have been Free Hills, I believe. And again, I apologize, my notes. I was not able to get them because of the budget meeting. The library.
Blame the budget.
Yep.
I heard you went home.
Too.
I heard you went home.
Yeah, we did hear that.
Yeah.
And you didn't get your notes.
My one.
So whose fault was
One
it?
piece of meat I got thrown in the door.
Oh, so you got to eat.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
okay.
chewing as I came
Yeah,
in
yeah,
here.
yeah. I get it, I get it.
Oh, yeah, no, you can't. That's too much.
Yeah, I know, it's a lot and I apologize in advance.
Oh dear.
Wow, that hurt a little, but that's okay, it's true. All right,
Where do we start?
since our last meeting, we had a meeting on April 13th. Regular meeting. It was mostly just recapping on stuff. They are looking at getting the AED installed. They're going through the motions of getting that acquired. Working on parade supplies. They did make a motion to close on Heritage Day. Oh yeah, and there was presented by myself a donation from the Masonic Order for $5,000. to be used towards their Reading in the Green project.
Hmm.
So it's good. And then at that point, our next meeting was May 4th. April 16th and 17th, I attended the SALC conference, the Southern Alberta Library Conference. It was a 2-day conference. I'm going to narrow this down for everybody, but a couple of good points to make. The first day, April 16th, was a full day symposium on intellectual freedom. Is anybody here not familiar with Bill 28? Yeah, you are, but you said, okay. So Bill 28, when I forget when that was introduced, beginning of April, I think. So it's very recent. It proposes significant changes to the Library Act. So the bill would give the Minister of Municipal Affairs the absolute authority to dictate what material is available through the library system. It is stated as a way to restrict sexually explicit materials for minors, but it ultimately gives authority over all and any material, which is causing a concern about provincial overreach. Yeah. So the bill would give authority to the minister to create new regulations, inspect libraries, and access all confidential records of users. Now, so the talk was very good. There was a couple things came up from that, and I was like, well, what was the reason? What's the cause to even start this this bill? And some stats here was that there are 35 million items in Alberta libraries, 4.26 million Albertans. And of those Albertans, 2.98 million claim to use the library several times a year. 1.35 million have library cards. Now, out of all that, the number of complaints about content for young children or for children or young adults in Alberta was 79. So they had 79 complaints out of all that information, all those people, and now they're changing the Library Act to take control over the content. So the other study with that, there's 4.26 million Albertans, right? 2.98 of them are library users, as a study from January of this year examined public trust in making decisions in Alberta. So this was his argument, is that the results showed that at least some level of trust for libraries was at 82% of Albertans, while the government of Alberta only had 46%. What? So furthermore, so there's 46% had a great deal of trust in libraries compared to only 15% for Alberta government. So out of that, one could deduce that the government is trying to control the content that they may have access to a powerful censorship. They're selling it as something else entirely to get public support, but in the actual act, it says nothing about particular content. It just says they will have control. So that was the main thing, certainly for that day. I won't go into more stats, but I will give this to you just very informative. Actually, do a quick personal note on that. It was very interesting. We did some group discussions and scenarios and so forth, right? As mostly we do in those things. So I learned, well, actually, I changed my opinion, which is unusual. No, I mean, I had a fairly, I know it's recorded. I had a fairly strong opinion of certain content available in the library, especially directed towards young adults or children. I felt inappropriate. So I felt pretty strong about that. And then we had a discussion there. And one of the other tables had a similar scenario that somebody was complaining about something. Their response to the patron was, well, this is the library. We have something to offend everyone here.
Mhm.
I thought about that for quite a while. I was like, yeah, just because if I find it offensive, then don't look at it. Don't check it out. That doesn't mean that somebody else finds it offensive, or maybe they want access to it. Well, who am I to take that access away from them just because I don't believe it? So I don't know, it kind of resonated with me. And I was like, okay, I take a step back, because I was, this doesn't belong there. This doesn't belong, right? But that's not my house. So I don't take it. If I don't believe in it, then don't bring it into my house.
Comes down to parenting too.
Yeah.
Teach your kid what not to look at.
That's right. And it's up to each individual parent to decide what they think is best.
Exactly.
I parent my child, thank you.
But if you're gonna restrict what they can and cannot see, then
Then I'm censoring it too.
that's
So
exactly it.
they mostly see it in TV games anyways. So right now, I mean, the censoring of it all, I totally get what you're saying, but I mean, a TV game can obliterate that in 5 minutes.
It's got nothing to do with that. It's with the knowledge that they don't want
That's right.
people to.
And have it available.
Oh, yeah.
Using that as.
No, that's what I mean, though, and I'm not,
But anyway,
it's the knowledge.
so it was just interesting for me to turn around all myself really and like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, what do you think?
Stop
We've had that same
yourself.
conversation in here. If you find it offensive, don't go there.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Yeah.
If you don't like the food, don't eat it.
Yeah, that's like the
Your next
Muslim
meeting
offensive.
is-
Yeah, oh, sorry.
The li-
It's
the,
like
yeah,
the most
library
offensive
is a
library,
knowledge of
like the
all,
Crusades.
right?
Yeah.
It's,
They find it offensive.
They'll
Yeah.
find it offensive and it'll start a war, but you know what it happened,
Mhm.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
So anyways, I like to take away stuff like that from events. So, then on May 4th, we had our regular meeting. And I will say the library manager this is the first time they did a program for spring break. And so 4 days of events. Day 1, they went on a bunny hunt. Day 2, they did a Winnie the Pooh picnic. Day 3 was a neon dance party. So a rave for young ones. That was crazy. I can't answer that.
Just give them candy, they're going crazy.
Black lights,
Whoa.
glow stick, but it was crazy.
Wow.
And day 4 was a totally tweens and teens day with Pictionary prizes and a movie. So 4 events, a total of 63 in attendance.
oh, nice.
So it proved that there was certainly a need there.
Yeah.
For that for the community. So I'm sure that's something that they're going to continue going forward, live and learn and build on that. So that was really awesome. Marigold had their AGM on April 11th and had a clean audit for they had a clean audit. And then the golf tournament, of course, making plans for that coming up, which is on the July 17th. So I made up extra flyers if anybody has.
I'll take it.
Put one up or
Thank you.
take them around.
Help one of the seniors.
Yeah, Just take.
I'll send me one too, I'll drop it off at the office.
And they're gonna be doing the roast beef meal again. And still waiting on our MP. He may be coming. Depends on scheduling.
Hand over the t-shirts again.
And then our next meeting is on June 1st.
Who's gonna run the golf tournament this year? What's the gates gone?
Kind of divvying up material duties.
Okay, gotcha. I
Ramp,
just, who's gonna take the prizes and stuff?
Actually, before
wanna
we do
donate
that,
something.
one last thing, Marigold put out a value of investment every year. So I also made a copy for each of you for this, because it's enlightening, especially when anybody comes up with, we don't need libraries anymore, and
Yeah.
there's no value to them and that sort of thing. So what this shows is the levy payments from Standard to Marigold. So municipality, and in this case, I mean Wheatland County, contributes $2,326. And then library board is actually our municipality, where we contribute $1,588. So for government funding going in, just under $4,000. Now, the value of core services that the Standard Municipal Library gets from that investment, from the IT services, help desk, software, books, ebooks, other collections, interlibrary loans, training materials and such. And it's all detailed in these following pages, but it comes up to $634,000 of value. And that's just for this building. This is just standard.
Well,
Again, with all the access to ebooks and resources, physical books, IT, the programs that gets put on there, that all the software, Polaris system, or used. So, like I said, it's an interesting stat
Mhm.
when you look at the actual value you're getting for that relatively small investment.
mhm. Well,
And then, so today, what is today?
Wednesday.
May 13th.
May 13th, I attended the Marigold Conference in Calgary. That report I will give you next month. And tomorrow, I will be attending the Public Library Services branch. They're doing a workshop in Airdrie on meeting procedure and effectiveness. So we go to that. Now I'm done.
okay, ramp.
We have a meeting coming up in June 11th.
Yes. Last meeting was
Supposedly.
canceled again. And
We'll see.
Yeah, June 11th.
So nothing to report because
Yeah.
we haven't had a meeting.
Budget, we're done with it.
Yep.
So somebody want to move the consent agenda,
I'll move the consent agenda.
all in favor? Carried. Counselors' concerns, rep.
Oh, so, excuse me, we need a motion to accept reports.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'll make that.
All in favor? Carried. We never used to do that.
Yeah.
Get that habit.
Yeah, that's okay.
Rep, go ahead.
I have a few concerns in regards to a building that has been operating on, well, I'll just show you pictures. I think that our community needs to be safe from new builds. And I think construction builds should not be leaving any of their waste or any, removed material in anywhere. It should be removed at the time of the building being put up. Now, I took a walk around a certain lot. And my concern is that I see children that bicycle along the back end of the field adjacent to this property.
So we're talking household or residential.
We're talking a residential building. And I took some pictures for council to see. And I think it's unreal. And I think what it is doing is it's setting the wrong message to anybody who resides in the standard. So I have my pictures here on my phone. I can send them to the CAO if you guys want to see them. By all means, they're here on my phone. I've got pictures of 2x4s with nails in them that are just sitting there randomly. Keep in mind, this is for kids play. Okay, I'll show you
Yeah,
after.
yeah.
So is this on his property or on our property?
This is on the front property that is actually owned by Standard, that technically would be the walkway. Now, there's also shingles that have flown off, I would say probably 40 to 50 feet
Just
off
come
of
over
this
and look at
property.
it. Stand up. Oh, just come and look at it.
Look, you can see all the asphalt shingles are coming off. And they're scattering everywhere, you know what I mean? There's the 2x4s that I was talking about with all the nails in them.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah, he needs a bin.
On top of that, all the siding is actually coming and getting torn off
Wind.
from the wind.
So my
So
suggestion is that it's a complaint to the office here, and then we deal with it as unsightly.
but yeah, the problem
Like
is
you said.
that I've noticed that, and it's a conflict of interest if I bring that unsightly unseen to council. So.
Not if you bring it as a rate.
Anybody can make a complaint.
Well, I
Anybody
didn't
can make a
quite
complaint.
know. I didn't know if I was gonna
No.
overstep, but I think that
You're a ratepayer.
Anybody can make a complaint.
I understand that.
That's
I'm
the,
gonna make a formal complaint right now then with my pictures.
yeah.
So,
In our community standards bylaw.
so did you guys used to drive around once a week or once every couple weeks?
Took a while.
Do we still do that?
Yes.
Okay. No, I just.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
James
didn't
does it
know.
constantly.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's
So,
good. I
Like
didn't know.
the report was that we
Yeah.
were gonna give notice that you've had your time to spring
Yeah.
clean, and that next week we start
She's
enforcing.
nasty too. She just.
Yeah.
She
Oh, that's
was-
great.
Now,
No, I just didn't
But
know
no,
if you guys still do
yeah.
that or not.
We're starting next week is the major portion, like we gave people time, the snow's gone,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
time to clean up,
It's
right?
tough to see the nails and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, for kids.
yeah, for kids playing and riding on pedal bikes.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing too is
Yeah.
That would
that
not feel good.
in correlation to earliest conversation on a smaller lot that is still being available for purchase.
Yeah.
If you take a drive by there, someone has been 4x4ing. And I'm taking their truck in there
Yeah.
and driving around and tearing it up. That is unacceptable.
We don't know who.
And again,
don't know,
anything
no.
to do with traffic, you report to the RCMP, or if we're here in the
Well,
office.
That'd be trespassing.
Well,
That's trespassing.
yeah, but we need to know who is doing it.
We
So-
don't know who's doing it.
Game camera time.
So
So,
unless we have visual, we really can't do anything
well, you
about
can
it.
see the tracks on the lot itself. It's obvious that someone's been in there tearing it up. I don't know who, I don't know why, but
And
we,
Probably the
this
same kid that's doing
understanding
the
of what's
stunting.
happening. It's probably the same kid who's doing the stunting.
Yeah,
I can't monitor 24/7.
yeah.
We all can't.
We
He's
need
gonna
a
get a
visual,
talking to that
a
boy.
picture.
I'll go
And
take a picture and send one to you.
No, I don't,
Picture
I
of the
can't, I
truck.
need a picture of the person that's doing the damage and trespassing. That's what we
Okay.
need. Other than that, there's nothing
Yeah,
that
they
the
won't be
RCMP
tough.
can do.
Martin's got some game cams.
Yeah,
Well, has anybody gotten any game cams? Because I'll set one up on my back.
so,
No.
But I'll keep an ear open from my backyard. I should be able to hear that from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
talk to the neighbors and see if anybody else has seen it, right? But again, we need a picture
Yeah.
of the culprit because it could be, yeah.
Any chance it's your neighbor?
Could be
Can't
that.
comment, I
Huh?
can't. I
Could be
I just,
either,
you know,
I
if
think
he's-
Could be
neither
me.
Confirm or
confirm
deny.
or deny if it is or not.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
want to point the finger.
Good answer.
Is that it?
That's it.
Yeah,
Brian,
I got nothing.
or Brian.
I'm happy.
Okay, I apologize. I actually have a couple.
No, you forgot your notes.
Nope. So one question was, on the status of our towns.
Oh, yes. Oh,
they're
He wasn't here.
on,
He was here, yeah.
yeah, on the way. Like,
Okay.
it's not on the way, they've arrived, they had to source out a
Okay,
different.
no, that's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
He
coming.
doesn't, he doesn't get any more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. The other question is, there has been brought to my attention, there are a couple residents in the town that have occupants living in trailers on their property.
Yep.
And
That's
they have been, some have been discreetly set up and some have been blatantly obvious. So I don't know how we want to approach that, because I know that's against some of the stuff, against our bylaws about it.
This would be a council decision again,
Yeah,
whether to enforce or not, and with, I was sort of told with, I think it was,
We were talking with Justin about this.
yeah, and, yeah, there's some people that are living in trailers because that's all they can afford.
And it's a gray area because it's more so a
Tired of
human.
the county peace officers saying it's a gray area. It's black and white. They can say it's gray all they want. What does our bylaw say?
Recreational,
We don't have.
We stopped it from happening over here at Jason's house.
hang on a second here. Oh, that, yeah. it was,
Yes.
No, well, there was a propane tank that we had.
Yes, but then we had her move to the campground.
Yeah. Okay, I will research this and.
okay.
And see what our land use bylaw says, and then if I can move with it, I will.
Yeah.
If not, we'll have to come back to
Come back
council.
here.
So I will research.
Okay. The other one that was gonna ask for kind of far. As we're moving forward, can we, I don't know whether we can or not, just possibly put out a notice. Just kind of explaining to residents that, as costs are increasing, everything else, that they may, tax increases might be coming. Because I've had a couple people that have commented to me that they are not paying for taxes. They do not want to pay for more tax increases because they don't feel they're getting their values worth and everything else. And I had to basically said to them that we tried not to increase tax during COVID. We've now had to try to make up the shortfall. So you have to understand that there will be tax increases kind of,
Yeah.
so they're aware of it, if we have to do it. I don't know whether we want to do that or not.
There is always a notice that goes out with the taxes, and it tells why the taxes are this or why
Yep.
this has happened, and in that will be school requisition, 12% across the
Yeah.
board for everybody.
And we don't have. a
No
school
ifs,
board.
ands, or buts.
Yeah.
And then the police requisition will be another one. No ifs, ands, or buts, you must pay.
Yeah.
So that this will be in there and explained and very detailed in amounts, like I'll give last year's amount to this year, like $20,000 from last year to this year.
Yeah.
That's-
And then the only other third one was, it's kind of both kind of a counselor, kind of the personal one, is that the tree on at the adjacent property, the hotel, is dead and is now falling onto the fence and will fall shortly onto the neighbor's property, causing damage to about
Yes.
$10,000 worth of trees and everything else. So,
Okay. Tree at hotel.
No, an arborist.
well, I was
We
actually,
gotta change something.
well,
I
no,
gotta
if
find
it's
some
leaning.
too, it's got 22.
What was that?
If it's
Trust me,
leaning,
I gotta
it's
change
not gonna be
something.
just anybody being gonna be able to do it. No, it's leading onto your property. We can't send our public works guy to do it.
no, but that was the thing, is that I don't know whether if
But
we,
you could put an encroachment, you could put a encroachment complaint against it
To ourselves.
to ourselves. Well, technically.
Yeah.
And then
No, we just hire somebody proper
Yeah,
that
to
knows
do
the
it.
job,
Yep.
will do it, to go cut it down.
Yep.
Or,
No
But I
problem.
remember a couple of years ago, we did, somebody put together kind of with the arborist had gone around town and it said, we're gonna get an arbor, I think the vet arranged it, that we're gonna bring an arborist in and, you know, if anybody wants to kind of get them done, they had stuff done, that we kind of did a group thing. Cause I know I brought an arborist in to take down a couple of my trees and a couple of people were like, oh, he's here, can he come do ours and do ours, right? So just to help kind of save costs.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. Right.
Solar,
Mhm.
solar funding for residential.
Mhm.
I looked into a program, Clean Energy Improvement Program.
Mhm.
I forget, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Please.
CEIP. It's a program administered by the province.
Mhm.
Are you familiar with it?
No,
Okay.
I think I know where you're going, but that's okay. Keep
Okay,
going.
so anyways, what it is, program Alberta government. If we municipalities apply to be a part of this program, and then you gotta make some bylaws and so forth,
Mhm.
but it allows residents to borrow money to install solar on their homes. And instead of it being just a loan that they have to pay off, that amount of money is borrowed and it's put against the property and it goes into their taxes. So that then that investment is tied to the property instead of the person. So say if they sell 5 years from now, the solar panels are just getting going. So then the next owner is actually the one getting the benefit. They're also the ones helping pay that bill. And yeah, they think they go up to like 20 years, fairly low interest rate, but it's something that the village has to apply for and be a part of. But I think with us bringing solar in, I think it would be a fantastic benefit to the residents to be able to borrow that money for such a thing, so.
Yeah.
I
So-
printed off.
I know there's like home improvements loans, right? But that's again, you have to do it through the bylaws and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but I
So-
mean that, and you start, it gives you all the information,
Yeah.
the website, you
Yeah.
guys can check it out.
You definitely look at it.
Yeah, like they show in there all the different municipalities like Stettler and I
Mhm.
think Didsbury and whatever that are on there. Calgary and Edmonton, of course.
Yeah, they've got.
I think, does the municipality not have to foot out some of the money for this though?
How about,
Because it's
how about we
recovered.
just
through-
relay all
Yeah.
of that to you?
Yeah,
and
you
come
yeah,
back
you
with
come
all
back
the
Okay.
information.
And yes,
Okay,
I'm sure the,
perfect. Okay.
because
So we'll do that.
the
We'll
solar companies
research.
still get paid right away, and so they're getting paid. It's the
Yeah.
the municipality that's flipping the bill, and then they get repaid
Mhm.
through taxation.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's actually really smart idea.
Oh, super, yeah.
I love
mean,
the
there's-
fact that it's affiliated with the actual real estate instead of the person.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah. And like I said, the interest rates were pretty decent, like around 4% or something, but
Cool.
awesome. Yeah, I mean, as opposed to
Yeah.
having to go take out a loan and do that kind of thing,
Yeah.
it's tough for people to do.
We've never gone that far, but like if somebody wanted to redo their sidewalk, they could technically, we could do it, and then they would pay through a home improvement fund. And that would be included on the property taxes, right? So eventually it would get paid back to the village
Yeah.
through the taxation, but they could have their sidewalks redone. If a whole area wanted to do it, would just be considered a, and only those people would be taxed on it, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so there's different options in
Yeah,
that.
so I just want to bring that forward.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do some research.
Anything
No,
else?
that's it.
Okay, well, I can't have anything because there's been too much already, so.
Come on,
Bring it up quick.
come on.
No, do we have to go in closed session?
Yes, we do.
I'll move to go in closed session.
Add to tax rolls for tax recovery expense. We are adding outstanding utilities to WRC to tax roll 10001 for 1,228.29. Who would like to make the motion? Okay.
All in favor? Carried.
Next motion, add to tax recovery expenses to roll 20002, outstanding utilities to WRC for 4,269.84.
I'll make that motion. All in favor? Carried.
And we will need a motion to register village
Utilities.
for WRC utilities.
Just take over.
Yeah. Oh, village takeover. Good word. Yeah, takeover. Yeah.
Simulate.
For roll number 10001.
Brian had his hand up already. I don't know if he's.
Don't kill it. David exercise.
All in favor?
And then the same motion to register takeover with WRC for roll number 20002.
Who wants to move that one? Richard, all in favor? Carried.
All right, that's it.
Who wants to adjourn the meeting? Brian.
Okay, last but not least, at the very bottom, MPC meeting. This is to do nutrients variance of height for their elevator bucket. They were, so just a brief update for council. They somehow were talking to somebody, Corey, which nobody knows who it is. I'm not sure if they were talking to the county or.
No, it was one of
Previous.
Palliser's previous
Oh,
people.
So
The same guy that came to Justin's house.
anyway, they said that he didn't need a development permit, and now it's come to their attention because they're trying to get electrical. They said, hey, you need a development permit because this is over the allowed height variance for the village of standard land use bylaw. So we need to MPC meeting, and Palliser, of course, they're doing their job. They want to present it to council. So we have June 19th, 20th, or the 26th. 26th, I'm away on holidays, but I could do a Zoom meeting. But Palliser is going to be doing the presentation, and basically council is just going to be approving it, right?
We don't need a meeting for that.
Yeah, you have to. because
Well,
it's a
this
variance.
is pretty maddening because
Yeah.
they had that company that worked for Palliser. So anything that their guys come out and inspections and anything that they come out and did.
Yeah.
When they were owing money big time. So Palliser decided to punt them, fire them, and hire somebody else.
Mhm.
But anybody that was in this time frame before, now they've gone back on and making them do all this stuff over because they went and did Justin's, all his inspections. Yeah, they're all passed. Well, guess what? No, we're not accepting them. So you have to have this guy try to redo it. So you had to take another day off of work and wait for
I
inspectors.
think they were revoking approvals of.
They didn't, but they come and redid the inspections. So this guy that worked for that first company told them, you don't need a permit to do this. They've got it in writing. They've got an email from them saying you don't need a development permit. And now, so they fire this company. Now they turn around and the new guy comes out and he goes, you need a development permit. The leg's already up.
Yeah.
No, well, the safety codes caught it because he's doing the electrical permit.
Yeah.
And they're saying, well, the land use bylaw needs a variance because it's over the height,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody
it's-
screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a muck up somewhere.
Yeah.
And they fired him. So
Travis told
moving
me-
forward.
Yeah, we'll move forward and we'll
Yeah.
approve
At
it.
least they caught it.
But now we need to have an MPC meeting to approve or discuss the variance and make the
Well, how
decision.
do you go back against something that,
It's a process. You still need to.
yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Choose your
mad.
battles, man.
Oh, I know. It's just maddening when that happens,
Mhm.
right? You know, Justin lost 2 days pay because of these guys, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and you have no recourse.
So
Anyway,
Richard, Brandon, and Martin.
Mhm.
19th, Tuesday is the 19th, Wednesday is the 20th, and then
well,
after
not
that,
the
I'm on
20th.
holidays.
I bet the 21st is Thursday.
Sure.
I put money on it.
That one's
We're
not,
talking-
doesn't work for Zachary,
We're
so.
talking June,
May,
May, yeah, next week,
so next week.
19.
19th.
Wait, okay.
19th and 21st do not work for me. I've already got me.
Well, the 21st doesn't work.
Then
for,
Yeah, that doesn't, yeah.
Zachary.
I gave,
The 21st doesn't work for Zachary anyway.
20th doesn't work for me, 19th doesn't work for me. I'll have to call in. I'll be on the road.
So what were the
What
dates
about-
they give us?
well, I had picked the 19th. Oh, no, we can't do the 18th as a stat. It was the 20th, the Wednesday, the
Or 19.
20th,
I thought you said.
Tuesday, the 19th, Wednesday, the 20th. But now, who's
Or
the
Thursday, the 25th, but you are gone.
Tuesday, the 26th? Tuesday, the 26th.
Oh,
I can do the 20th or the 26th.
Let's,
How you doing?
26th. 26th.
26th? Okay, okay, I'll just zoom in. I can
Well, I
zoom
like
in.
it. Yeah, I wish I had.
Laura can run it from here. I
Are
can
we
zoom
coming
in.
in here or are we zooming?
Well, we could,
We'll come in.
I'm right here. It's just as
Yeah.
easier to come in.
it won't take long.
Yeah, it's easier for.
And then I'll zoom in.
Can we try
I'll be
to-
there if you need any information from me, but Laura will run it from here. But Zach will be doing the presentation. So
Okay.
26, okay.
So.
And what time?
6:30.
6:30.
6:30? Okay. All right, yeah. Number 7. Works for me.
Oh, don't even talk to me about that.
Yeah.
All I heard there was whang.
Another name, another name.
One meeting a month.
So we are working on Frederick. Residents. will be-
So I just, are we adjourned?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, have been.
yeah,
Awesome.
yes,
It's all right.
yeah.